Hey there, I think there's R. Barrett. You had a hand up?
Oh, yes, hello. I just wanted to check and see if the audio was working. It is now. Thank you.
Yeah, I just have it muted. Okay, thanks. All right, everyone, good afternoon. Let's settle down. So we're gonna get started right away. You've already been waiting a long time, but don't blame me for you guys coming an hour early. So I just wanted to give a couple more additional information here for people who just come in since we spoke last. My name is Michael Newmark. I'm the administrative law judge for the PSC. I'm neither make the decision in this case, nor am I connected with the applicant in this case. Totally neutral. I run these hearings to create the record that the commission uses to make its decision. We have 3 commissioners in our agency who vote in open meeting on the issues in this case. So they can only use the record to make their decision. So that's what I do, is I create the record and pass it on to them. So part of that record is going to be your comment. And we can do that in a number of ways. We have many people signed up to speak today. That's one way to comment. The other way is to file a written comment. And to do that, you can, first of all, to come and speak, you've already done it very well, is to fill out the appearance slip. Check the box that says speak now, and I'll get your form up at the table. And I've been trying to keep them in the order that I received them. Generally speaking, I think we've done a good job, but I'm just apologize. Maybe you got taken out of order. I don't think there's anybody out of order. So if you want to speak, you got to check the yes box. You could also just write your comment on this form and give it back to commission staff. So where's our staff people? Klaus and Adam. Oh, is that Andrew? You're here too? Come up here. Couldn't see you there. We have Andrew, we have Adam, and Klaus is here somewhere. You want other areas. So you just pass your form back to them. It's like I said, either check the yes box or you can write your comment in. We'll give you more pages if you need to add more space. The other way to do the comment is online. There's information how to do that here. There's the QR code. You can just click on the wall. Just go to our website. You can find the link. Another way to do it is just mail it to us. So the address to do that is on here. It's on our notice of hearing. We just need to get all of the comments in by the deadline, February 17th. So otherwise, like I mentioned, we're going to be courteous and respectful. We're going to not make any noises while people are making their comment so that our court reporter can collect everything you say and the commissioners can read it. So without any further ado, and so, we've kind of got the room pretty full here. Like I said, we do make your comment, feel like you've had enough, feel free to leave. People can take your seat. I don't know if we're over capacity here, so I'm hoping the village may tell us. We'll get in trouble for that, but I don't see a capacity sign up here, so we're just gonna play it by ear. Otherwise, if we're getting really late, I'm gonna try to ask people to just and so turn off your phones. That was on cue. Turn off your phones. I'm gonna ask people to kind of make their comment quickly, because we have many people here who want to speak. So right for now, we'll just play it by ear, but if you're going on for a while, I'll say, hey, can you wrap it up? We'll see how that goes. You'll probably know when you're going. All right, so the other thing I just want to mention, I got all this equipment here. It's like I'm, launching a satellite up here. I got people on Zoom, and so I may be when you're talking, I may be paying attention to the screen, making sure all the equipment's running, getting people into the hearing. Doesn't mean I'm not trying to, I'm trying to ignore you or don't want to give you that impression. Trying to pay attention. Most important thing is that the court reporter hears what you say and that comment gets to the commissioners. So that's our plan here. So I may be a little distracted by all this stuff, but we're just trying to keep things running smoothly. So I think that's good. Without any further ado, give you a chance here to. If you would. Yeah. We'll start off first with Emily Pritzko. And we'll just use you as the guinea pig. We'll show you how it's done. So come up here and take a seat. Sit right there. Yep. First thing we'll do is, so let's make sure you can hear you. Can you hear her?
Testing.
Someone in the back can just give me a thumbs up. If you guys can't hear me, just let me know. Yeah. You wanna move it?
Test, test.
If you wanna move that, if you wanna move that closer.
This?
Yes.
I can do this too. Try it again.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. It's a little better.
Better, okay, turn it up one, okay. All right, letting people in. All right, so first what I'm gonna do is swear you in. Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I swear and affirm to tell the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Perfect. Just give us your name and then give us your comment.
Great. Good afternoon. My name is Emily Pritzko, and I am the Executive Director of the Wisconsin Building Trades Council. The Wisconsin Building Trades Council
Here.
is a,
Hang on.
Yeah.
So gonna move that close.
Okay.
And maybe just try speaking. I got you turned up.
testing, 1, 2, 3, testing,
Okay.
up.
Okay,
Okay.
thumbs up is good, right? Thumbs up is good. All right. Okay, it's back on the record. Go ahead. So where did you
The
end?
Wisconsin Trades Council is,
The Wisconsin Building Trades Council is the unifying voice for more than 40,000 skilled union tradespeople across the state of Wisconsin. We were established to advocate for the rights and interests of all workers, and the WBTC focuses on promoting fair wages, safe working conditions, and quality training programs. The council collaborates with local governments, employer partners, and other stakeholders to ensure the construction projects in the state adhere to high standards and benefit the community economically and socially. The project before us today is a significant opportunity for Wisconsin's skilled union workforce. At peak construction, it will employ approximately 200 building trades workers, providing family-sustaining wages and benefits. When combined with the upcoming Oak Creek Power Plant project, which will create 800 additional jobs, these overlapping projects will provide steady, long-term employment for our members for years to come. Wisconsin Electric Power Company's commitment to using union labor ensures these facilities will be built to the highest standards of safety and of quality. Our members complete rigorous apprenticeship programs and ongoing training to master advanced energy technologies. These projects also create opportunities for new apprentices, helping us train the next generation of skilled trades workers. The building trades have always been at the forefront of Wisconsin's energy infrastructure development. As we transition away from coal, our members are ready to apply their expertise to build the reliable power generation the facilities across Wisconsin need. This project allows our workers to contribute their skills close to home, strengthening local communities and our economy. The Paris plant will help meet growing energy demands along the I-94 corridor while providing stability during peak demand periods. Most importantly, it will be built by local workers who take pride in constructing critical infrastructure that serves their own communities. Thank you for considering the positive impact this project will have on our building trades members and their families.
Okay, thanks very much. All right, so what did I say? What did I say?
No clapping.
There you go. And no
Booing.
booing. Yes, you got it.
I'm here.
It happened. It happened.
She's a rock.
All right, so Jane Black? No? Yeah, so I usually have an aisle down the middle. Oh, well. Sit there, I'll swear you in.
I know you moved the chair, but you need to come closer to the mic. Thank you.
She's the boss. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, and so give us your name and comment, and I think you'll need to speak into the microphone. There's one more thing, that's off the record. So, and especially when you're reading, be very slow and clear when you speak. When you read from a document, you're gonna go faster than the court reporter can type. So I just want to give you that tip. All right, back on the record.
Janie Black. Good afternoon. I am the Wisconsin Field Organizer for the national organization Moms Clean Air Force. On behalf of Moms Clean Air Force, I'm here to ask the Public Service Commission to deny the permit for the Paris plant due to the harmful effects to public health and welfare. Emitting greenhouse gases, gas power plants also pollute the air with nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, particulate matter, and volatile organic compounds. These pollutants are harmful to our health and can aggravate conditions like heart disease and asthma, while also increasing the risk of premature death. These negative health outcomes take a toll on our quality of life and create a burdensome cost for those who are affected. As a mother of a daughter with multiple sclerosis, we live with the knowledge and ramifications that air pollution is a very real contributing factor to my daughter's disease and relapse episodes. One of the most dangerous types of air pollution to people with MS is NOx pollution, which comes from fossil fuels from power plants. Every day, my daughter struggles to do the things we take for granted, like getting out of bed, cleaning her home, taking a walk, and when she ventures outside her home, it's not a choice to wear a mask. She has to, and to carry a CO2 monitor that measures the quality of air she breathes. Air pollution is something she must think about every day. She never forgets how aggressive her multiple sclerosis is, and as a young woman who no longer can work due to her disease, she focuses on wanting to live as long as possible, focusing on her husband and the limited things she can do. According to research, exposure to NOx pollution can potentially exacerbate the symptoms of MS by triggering inflammatory responses in the body, potentially increasing the risk of MS relapse episodes to its impact on the central stress. Essentially, high NOx levels may worsen MS symptoms in susceptible individuals, and research also suggests that NOx pollution may contribute to the development of MS. There's 1 million people with multiple sclerosis in the United States, and I am here for all of them. I'm here for the communities who live near power plants, who have MS, as well as those who might possibly get MS. I'm here to fight for justice in every breath, and I'm deeply concerned about my state of Wisconsin. We Energies has proposed $2 billion in gas plants and pipelines from Milwaukee, Kenosha, and Racine County, 2 of which would have received an F for air quality in the State of the Air report, with Kenosha receiving an F for ozone. Wisconsin currently has 20,000 people who have multiple sclerosis. Additionally, NOx pollution contributes to many other public health issues like asthma, which my son has. Asthma is the most chronic disease in Wisconsin children. We can do better for Wisconsinites. I want to acknowledge, in addition to this project being unreasonably expensive, it would have huge environmental ramifications, and it's not needed to replace aging infrastructure or handle increased demand. We believe our families and communities deserve the strongest protection possible from health-harming pollutions. Thank you for your time today and the opportunity to share my family's story with you and to fight for environmental justice for all.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's move on to Joseph Davis Sr. Joseph Davis. So oh, there you go. All right, swear you in. Swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Give us your name and comment.
I'm Joseph Davis Sr. I'm with the Construction Business Group. I develop businesses on behalf of the construction industry. Your Honor, thank you for the opportunity for this time for me to have a dialogue with you regarding the merits of this particular power plant. 18 years old when I graduated out of high school, I was able to actually get an apprenticeship, steam fitter apprenticeship. I'm retired from there, 40 years. And now I develop businesses for the operators, engineers, Local 139. One thing about us who actually are out there building things, we are the best. You cannot argue that what we do, not only will you get quality, but we always take our craftsmanship to the highest level. This particular power plant, and I'll share with you the reason why I support it. In the 1950s, Dwight D. Eisenhower put together the interstate. We knew that we transferred from roads that weren't paved in certain areas, weren't designed well. But as time evolved and as technology came into the space, it gave us the opportunity to not only do it better, but safer. And everyone who goes on vacation or goes to work every day or take their children to daycare, you're using that infrastructure. Power is an infrastructure. We all know that. We need it. We know that wind and solar will not supply the megawatt needs that we need in this particular area. I was born and raised in Milwaukee. 3123 North 9th Street. Very proud in the 1960s of a very, very active father who had 6 trade children out of 11. This is what I live and breathe. And as I get more focused on what my purpose in life is, it is the quality and hearing people out on their concerns. But what I want to make sure that folks understand is that the people who are engineering this development and the people who are working on this development, they're going to do everything that they can. And I promise you I won't swear because, you know, those of us from the trade, sometimes it slips out. But I promise you that we're taking every consideration to make sure that that power plant is built the right way. The most important thing, sir, that I wanted to you know, I've been able to provide not only for my children, but for my grandchildren. A great wage, we've been able to go on vacations and sending my grandchildren to college and send my children to college. And it was because someone gave me a shot. Gary Gruno in the city of Milwaukee gave me a shot. He took me into an office. I served as an apprentice with him, and I grew my capacity. I grew my capacity because I understood that I wanted to be a change maker. And that change maker now is I'm able to apply those skills to those subcontractors and those contractors that are working on these type of projects. You ask anyone that's out here that is in the skilled trades, when they go to work, truth be told, they're sacrificing their lives. And these type of infrastructure projects are needed in this particular area. We know that the I-94 corridor between Milwaukee and the state line is growing exponentially. And in order for us not to have any blackout, we need this power in certain areas. We know that we got Amazon in these areas now. We just got Microsoft here. But we're going to do it the right way. So I'm asking the PSC to approve this project with the commitment that the men and women of the skilled trades will do everything that they can, that the specs in this particular projects are not only going to be met, but it's going to be there for long term, so that those who live in this area and those of us who use that power, even those who travel this area, will see it for long term. And it will mutually benefit not only the community, but the citizens here in the state of Wisconsin. I want to thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Let's go off the record for a second. Can you just stay a minute? Did you get the name he mentioned?
I don't remember.
No, you gave us a name. I just wanted to maybe just spell it for the court reporter.
Gary
Oh,
Gruno.
no,
You got a spelling, right?
no, do you know how it's spelled?
Yes.
GR.
Oh, I should. He paid my salary.
You
for
still
it.
his name on the
Right,
check,
right,
okay.
right. Grunau.
Thank you.
All right, great.
Thank
Thank you, sir.
Asking a lot to make me remember.
All right, next up is Brittany Keys. And we just go off the record a second. Adam, where's Klaus and our friends again? Are they? So just make sure, yeah, are you directing people? I just can't see us, so. Directing people, okay, you know. Can you just come over a second, Klaus? So. So, I'm afraid we're gonna run out of battery, and they might have a cord, it's just like a CRT cord. Yeah, see if they have an extra. Oh, yeah, okay, that's good, thanks, good to know, yeah, appreciate it. Okay, sorry about that. I think we're right. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, name and comment.
Thank you. My name is Brittany Keys, Keyes. Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Brittany Keys, and I thank you for the opportunity to participate and provide public comment. As the Clean Air Coordinator of Healthy Climate Wisconsin and the Environmental Justice Chair of the NAACP Wisconsin State Conference, and the wife of a union president, also proud union household, I am very concerned with historic and ongoing health harms associated with industrial air pollution. And this proposed gas plant will only exacerbate the health harms experienced by area residents. Because of the high health and environmental impacts of this proposed gas plant, I ask the Public Service Commission to deny this proposal. Kenosha, Racine, and Milwaukee counties are already non-attainment areas for ozone pollution. These same counties also have some of the highest asthma hospitalization rates in the state. Adding a new methane gas plant to this region will only exacerbate health harms. In addition to speaking from research, I speak from experience. My family and I live 5 miles from a large methane gas plant in Beloit, Wisconsin. Our county has some of the highest greenhouse gas emissions in the state, more than Cook County, Illinois, and it's mainly from our gas plant. We are under monitored to not monitored, and once we started a community science project monitoring our own air, we were found to be the most polluted regional city in the US. Our community also has some of the highest asthma rates and chronic disease burden in the country, looking at the EPA Environmental Justice and Screening Tool. This is not all. Air pollution exposure is associated with autism and lower academic scores. Air pollution contributes to heart disease, autoimmune disorders, and early death. We also have higher rates of autism in our school district, lower academic scores, and in our community, lower life expectancy. This is not normal, and clearly, much of this could be prevented. So what would the impact of the Paris gas plant be on Southeast Wisconsin? According to a recent health impact study, the health-related costs of air pollution from the Paris gas plant alone would be over $25 million every year. Who is going to pay for that? Will it be the residents of Southeast Wisconsin? Or will they be able to submit their health bills to We Energy? Maybe the Public Service Commission could create a program that pulls from We Energy shareholder profits to help residents pay for medical bills. The studies and models have shown what the impacts will be if this plant is approved. Or will just ratepayers have to shoulder this burden, additional cost burden, in addition to the rising utility bills that will be associated with this build out? Burning fossil fuels pollutes our air, our lungs, and our environment. We are at a critical point with climate change, repeatedly seeing broken heat records, unprecedented severe weather events, and rising levels of greenhouse gas emissions and air pollution. At the same time, We Energies is the most profitable utility monopoly in the state, touting record-breaking profits for their shareholders the last 20 years. The Public Service Commission was created to protect the public from utility monopolies running unchecked. Respectfully, while the PSC's mission includes ensuring we all have access
to affordable and reliable energy, it also tasks the commission to protect the environment, public interest, and public health and welfare. As a health provider, parent, community member, and environmental justice advocate, I ask that the Public Service Commissioners hold fast to their mission, prioritize the public's health, and prevent millions of dollars of preventable healthcare costs and harms every year. I ask that they prevent this air pollution, prevent these environmental harms, prevent asthma attacks, heart attacks across Southeast Wisconsin, and to save lives by denying this project. Thank you for your time, service, and consideration.
Thank you very much. Next up, Yusuf Adama. Oh. Ready to go? Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Name and comment.
Yusuf Adama, concerned Wisconsinite. I would strongly ask the PSC deny this Paris gas plant proposal, at the very least dramatically increase the outreach they do to make people aware of these proposals so they can actually stand a chance against being able to advocate for themselves. So studies have shown that methane gas emissions are directly linked to negative health outcomes, such as increased rates of heart attacks, cases of onset asthma, and premature death. Methane gas infrastructure has been directly linked to worsening climate change. And as a reminder, the World Health Organization and over 200 medical journals have called climate change a significant threat to human health. I live in Beloit, and Janesville and Wisconsin in general have been, last year were hit with more tornadoes than they ever have been. So worsening weather conditions like that are what we can expect if we don't dramatically change how we invest in energy production and refinement. Kenosha County already has failing air quality concerns, with multiple days in the last year having air that was identified as being harmful to vulnerable communities, such as pregnant women, fetal development, children, and people with compromised immune systems. Adding a methane gas power plant to Kenosha County will only add to this regional failing air quality days and exacerbate the associated public health harms. It is also relevant that this room is a fraction of the size it should be, especially regarding the people and voices from Union Grove, the community closest to this gas plant proposal. Over the last several weeks, I've knocked on hundreds of doors in Union Grove, and not a single person I talked to knew about this project. None of the business knew, not the individuals who seem very invested in the communities. None at the elder care facility down the road knew. No one at the high school knew. So how can the PSC move forward with this process if the residents who will be the most harmed and impacted had very little awareness, no awareness of the project until I knocked on their door? It is the utility's responsibility to ensure that area residents are made aware. If no one in Union Grove knew about this, the utility failed their outreach. It is the PSC's responsibility to ensure the utility completes adequate outreach before proceeding with this process. Thus, based on no one in Union Grove being aware of this proposal, I am asking the PSC to open up a new scoping comment period and repeat the media and personnel outreach to adequately inform local residents. Once the utility adequately informs local residents about this project, the PSC should reschedule the public hearing so local individuals can adequately educate themselves, participate in the process, and voice their concern. Proceeding without adequate local awareness is unethical and morally unjust at best, and it could be violating state statutes at worst. We Energies is proposing methane gas infrastructures in communities that are already vulnerable and suffering. Even though Kenosha and Racine counties have some of the highest asthma rates in the country, We Energies is banking on local communities not being aware of this project, this process, and opportunities for them to voice their concerns and opposition. They are attempting to fly under the radar as those most impacted won't raise concerns about this proposal, causing harm to their air, their health, and their children's health. The utility doesn't want local opposition to highlight that this proposal will create even more financial burdens that are directly linked to methane gas plants. The pollution from this gas plant alone will result in at least $25 million in healthcare related costs every year. We Energies is advancing this gas plant proposal despite the fact that their energy portfolio is already 30% powered by methane gas, but less than 3% wind and solar generation. When we hear them say that wind and solar can't fill that gap, it's because they don't invest in it, not because the technology isn't there. The technology for clean energy production, storage, expanded energy efficiencies, and grid enhancement technologies is there and it is affordable. But instead of doing what they say they're going to do, they want to entrench Wisconsin into fossil fuel dependency for decades to come. By proposing more methane gas plants in Wisconsin, WEPCO is failing its own clean energy goal, and they are failing to comply with the goals established by the state of Wisconsin. Because of all these factors, I'll again ask the PSC to open a new scoping period and ensure adequate and thorough media and local community outreach, and reschedule this very hearing so local individuals can be adequately aware and educated about the impacts and thus able to participate in this public process. Those who will be paying the greatest price, both with their health and financially, deserve to be at this table. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for your comment. Okay, so we have one more person I'm gonna take in the room, and then we're gonna switch to Zoom for a couple of people. So let's have Michael Irvin. Oh, there it is. I'll do it.
I don't know what your hands are.
That's,
But this is good. This is not good.
no, look, it looks like an electric socket on the other side, so it's the female end.
Of this.
You go look at it, it's. Yeah. Raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Name and comment.
My name is Michael Irvin. I'm the organizing director for the Operating Engineers Local 139. Thank you for allowing me to speak today in favor of this natural gas plant near Paris, Wisconsin. I'm a union worker who has helped build the infrastructure jobs like this to keep Wisconsin running. I know my work and importance for such reliable products for our homes, schools, and factories and our businesses. This is why I support this project. Developers promise to use union labor, which will give union tradespeople good family sustaining jobs. Projects like the Paris natural gas plant are very important to union workers. They give us long-term stable work, good pay and benefits to take care of our families. At the peak construction of this project alone, it will sustain 200 careers in our trades for their families. Having been raised in a union household, myself and my 3 younger brothers had the great benefits provided by my father's plasters and cement masons,
Hang on
local
just
5.
Off the record. Okay, turn that off, okay. Where did
Provided
you-
by my father's.
Yeah, my father's union, the plasters and cement masons, local 599, when we needed it the most. You don't realize how important healthcare is until you really need it. For almost 28 years, I've been in the construction industry, and for the past 12, I've been a union organizer and had the benefit of seeing firsthand how unions can impact families' lives. I'll explain. I was able to get a young man named Josh in our union about 8 years ago, thus receiving our great health care to take care of his family, not really knowing how bad his daughter had suffered from a seizure disorder that prompted her to have 50 seizures a day. I informed him of the ability to use our health care that covers most providers nationwide. He took his daughter to Houston, Texas to see a renowned brain surgeon who operated on his daughter's tumor to try to minimize her seizures. As of last year, Josh's daughter has been seizure-free for 4 years. Union members like Josh need this work to continue to provide for their families. This is why I am so passionate about my career in organizing and speaking on behalf of workers. And this is also why I'll never stop fighting for workers and families like Josh. I'll repeat, the workers in our communities are looking to use their skills to provide a better Wisconsin and their families. On behalf of myself and the operating engineers, Local 139, we support this project and I thank you for your time.
All right, thanks very much. All right, so we'll switch to our Zoom participants, give them a chance. We did off the record. That was 6. So 6 people in the room. We'll do, I don't know, we'll see if there's about 23 people on Zoom. So we'll take 2 or 3 and go back to the room. So we have Candace Oli. See you there?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, and how about in the room? Can we hear this? Yes, we got thumbs up. Right. So, so you've seen the process. I'm gonna swear you in and then have you state your name. You'll just need to spell your last name for the court reporter because she hasn't gotten your name yet. And then give your comment. So let's go ahead. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Yes, hello, my name is Candace Owley. That would be Owley. I'm a retired registered nurse. I was formerly the head of the Milwaukee Area Kidney Transplant Unit. And I'm also the retired president of the Federation of Nurses and Health Professionals, which is a labor organization that represented healthcare workers. And I live on the south side of Milwaukee near Lake Michigan. So I'm here today to ask the Public Service Commission to deny the Paris gas plant. Well, you've heard a lot, but it's well known in the health community that methane gas use increases the incidence of respiratory disease as well as kidney diseases, in addition to neurodevelopmental disorders. Fossil fuels, power plants have also been directly linked to higher rates of asthma, and especially frightening that they're linked to negative outcomes for fetus health and for infant health. So in addition to being a retired nurse, I am also a mother and a grandmother. And while I've never had respiratory problems, both my daughter and now my granddaughters have developed asthma and allergies. And now I have another grandchild that's been diagnosed with a neurodivergent disorder called Asperger's. My son is about to have his very first child, and he's installing an inline water filter to protect his pregnant partner and his soon-to-be child from lead in his water. But unfortunately, there is actually little he can do to protect the air that his new infant is going to be able to breathe. So as a health professional, I have an ethical and a moral obligation to take action if I know there's a threat to the health of my patients or my community. Of course, as a grandmother, I have maybe an even greater obligation to protect not only my existing grandchildren, but also my soon-to-be new grandchild. This gas plant will make people sick, especially young children in our nearby communities. So again, as a nurse, as a mother, as a grandmother, as an activist in the community, I urge the Public Service Commission to deny the Paris gas plant and instead invest in reliable, cheaper, and safer and even healthier options. I ask you to insist on the use of energy efficient, renewable sources to meet our community needs. I understand that you are the Public Service Commission, and so to me, that means that you are here to serve the public. So in closing, I just ask that you put the public and our communities first, protect our health, protect our children, and to deny the Paris gas plant's approval. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you. We're gonna move on to Carrie. Carrie, did you wish to make a comment? Okay. Put you down for no comment. How about Cassandra Flagg, Flagg? Sandra, did you wish to comment? I'll put you down for no comment. Dan's iPhone, are you there? No comment? How about Eric? ERIK. Eric, did you wish to comment?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Let me
right.
see if I can get the video to work as well. 1 second, bear with me.
Please do.
Can you see me?
Not yet. I'm going to send you a message. Oh, wait. Can't see you yet. I think you're.
The camera's showing that it shows
Yes,
me.
there we go.
Okay,
I
perfect,
see.
perfect. All right, perfect.
Yes.
Right.
Right, so let me swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, so give us your full name, please, and probably spell your last name.
Of course, of course. Full name is Eric Islo, spelled E-R-I-K, last name I-S-L-O. And yeah, I'd like it on record that I disagree with building any processing plants for methane or anything related to fossil fuels whatsoever, including this this proposed plan. As someone who's involved in renewable energies and knows the extreme number of jobs, both union or otherwise, that it creates, there's no reason to be putting any more money into fossil fuels or anything related to fossil fuels. Everything should be going renewable. It's more profitable, it's cheaper to operate, it's more reliable, and I think any scientist and medical health professional would also tell you the same. That's experienced in you know, modern society. So that's all I got.
Okay, well, thanks for your comment.
Thanks so much.
So we do have Fire Tablet. It's the next person on the list here. Did you want to comment? We're gonna take one more person from Zoom if we can find one, so keep going down the list. Jean, looks like Hogwart. Wart. Jean,
No comment, thank you.
no comment? Okay. Thanks for letting me know. All right, Jennifer Larson. Oh, yeah, Jennifer Larson.
I've just submitted a comment online. Am I allowed to also?
Well, I would say, given the number of people we have making a comment here live, your comment will receive, the written comment will be received just like you spoke it. So I'm gonna encourage you not to give us another comment at this time, but so I'd appreciate that. So just so everyone does know, the commissioners are gonna read your comment whichever way you provide it to us, either through the transcript that the court reporter writes or through your written form. So it'll be read equally and have equal weight. So I would just want to try to get everyone in today. So we're going to move on to somebody else. So it looks like Joel Charles is next on the list.
Can you hear me?
And you want? Yes. Okay. Let me swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm? Tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. So give us your name and comment.
My name is Joel Charles. I'm a physician. So thank you to the commissioners and to the commission staff for your time. Speaking as a family doctor who takes care of patients throughout their lifespan, I ask that you as public service commissioners protect the people of Wisconsin by denying the Paris gas plant. If the Paris gas plant is approved, it will without a doubt make people sick and cause people to die. From the moment of conception to their last breath, people are made sick by air pollution from methane gas plants. As a union man, I respect and believe the union tradesmen and women in the room would do the best they can to make this plant clean, but the reality is that no matter how hard you try, when you burn fuels for energy, it is never clean. The pollution from these methane gas plants has been shown to cause preterm births, stillbirths, delayed cognitive development in children, lung disease, heart disease, cancer, strokes, and dementia. This plant will likely cause 50 to 80 deaths in a community which is already overburdened with air pollution. We Energies pushes the false idea that methane gas plants are clean. Methane produces ozone and particulates. It only seems clean when you compare it to the dirtiest energy source in human history, coal. But coal is not the alternative here. We have better options than methane. We can meet our energy needs with energy efficiency, virtual power plants, renewables, and batteries. This path forward is cheaper, more reliable, and healthier. Wisconsinites deserve the best energy sources, not the second worst. This plant is not necessary now and will quickly become obsolete. We Energies already gets 2/3 of its power from fossil fuels and 1/3 from nuclear when it is well established that grids can run reliably with at least 80% renewables. The notion that this plant is needed for backup is absurd on its face. Wisconsin doesn't need any more fossil fuel gas plants. Furthermore, we are already seeing in California that VPPs and battery storage are eating into the use of methane peaker plants. This trend will only continue, making it likely that this plant will be obsolete in 5 to 10 years, leaving Wisconsinites stuck paying the bill for 30. This will be particularly harmful to low-income Wisconsinites who already suffer energy burden, the very same people who are going to be harmed by the air pollution from this plant. I ask you to protect the people of Wisconsin by denying the harmful, unnecessary, and expensive Paris gas plant. I ask that you fulfill your duty to the people of Wisconsin. Send We Energies back to the drawing board and demand better of them. Thank you.
All right, thanks very much. Okay, we'll switch over to some room participants now. We have Steve Buffalo. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Name and comment.
My name is Steve Buffalo. I am the district manager of the operating engineers of Local 139. Thank you. Too fast?
yeah.
When all the words are running together, it's
Okay.
too fast.
Want me to start over?
Sure.
My name is Steve Buffalo. I am the district manager with the operating engineers Local 139. Thank you so much for letting me speak today in favor of the new natural gas plant in Paris. This project means we can work close to home. Many times our members must drive hours away to work. When we work near home, we can spend more time with our loved ones and be part of our local communities. And when union workers build these projects, they're built right. We go through years of training to learn our trade and then help mentor our next generation of workers through their apprenticeships. We take pride in doing quality work that's built to last and done safely. As we move away from coal power plants, we need natural gas during high demand times. This change needs to work for everyone, including workers. And when the growing energy demand along the I-94 corridor, building these plants will help Wisconsin maintain control over its energy infrastructure and provide the reliability needed for that growth. These plants will provide reliable energy during peak times when renewable sources like wind and solar may be unavailable. It keeps our electric grid stable and utility bills affordable for everyone. Having reliable power built by local workers also helps keep other businesses in Wisconsin and brings in new ones. I want Wisconsin to have clean power and good jobs. Projects like this will help us do both. They give us a chance to be part of building Wisconsin's future. Thank you.
Thanks very much. All right. Taurus Wright.
It's Traces,
Oh.
Trasus.
I apologize.
No problem.
Swear you in, raise your right hand.
Yeah.
Swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
All right. Give us your name for the record and your comment.
Traces, right? And I am, want the Public Service, Commission to deny the, Paris plant. That's the main thing, but what I'm hearing, I'm for some stuff. So I'm for the residents of Lindsay Heights that showed up. They drove in from, Milwaukee. The zip code is 53206. And I'm for residents in Lindsay Heights to get some of those good union jobs. And for some of those good union people to come over to North Division and work with some of those students and give them access to those good paying union jobs. I'm also for seniors being able to afford to stay in their homes because they're not getting priced out with high cost of energy and also the taxes. I'm also for energy independence for the residents in Lindsay Heights. What that looks like is that when you're driving in from 45, if you look to the east, you will see a solar farm out there. And you got solar panels on good farmland that could be used to grow food. What I propose is that they could take those solar panels and come into 53206 and 05 and install them on the roofs of the residents in there and give those people an opportunity to lower their energy costs and then sell the excess to We Energies. So what we're asking the Public Service Commission to do is to work with our community, because we're here, and also to look at other options. So when somebody say that something don't work, where's the data to prove that? They don't have any testing to say that if they develop solar panels on the roofs in a central city, that what would be the unintended outcomes? Lower energy costs for the people that live there. People, seniors who are on fixed income will have some additional money. We'll create a civic engagement. We have an example of civic engagement here. So what we would like to have is the We Energies come back to the table with the guidance of the Public Service Commission to sit down with residents and give us a choice. Let us be energy independent, not tied to We Energies, but give us the opportunity to take advantage of the God-given energy that's provided by the sun. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for letting me have my comments, and you guys have a good day. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Matt Parent? No. Skipping? Well, it's record. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Okay, well, that's not quite. You could make your own comment, though. That's.
I think it's about it.
Well, I'm gonna have to ask you to fill out a form and then give it to staff. They'll get it to me.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I still thought I was gonna be, I'm online. That's okay.
okay, so Matt, did you want to speak now? No? Okay. Oh, you did online, okay. There. Okay, Patrice Brainsbury. There's. The swear you in, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, give us your name and your comment.
My name is Patrice Gransberry, Gransberry. First of all, I just want to let everybody know, I do have asthma. I have seasonal allergies real bad, so the weather and the air does affect my breathing. I feel there's enough solid and liquid particles in the air that can harm our health. With electric adding methane leaks, it will only worsen our health conditions that we as people already have. Yes, people can use air purifiers. I've been told that we should try that. We can use those in our homes, but if you know, air purifiers may actually aggravate many health conditions. So I say no, no, no to methane gas plants. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, Melody Mercurius.
Perfect.
All right, thanks for that. Okay. There she is.
I don't know where that one came from.
Oh, this is the new one. I swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right,
Exactly,
there.
okay.
That's the word. That's what I need to hear. All right, just speak into the mic. Give us your name and your comment.
My name, can y'all hear me? My name is Melody McCurtis, and unfortunately, I'm a regular at these. So we should have like coffee at this point, like, I'm always here. Yeah, so I'm here, of course, to ask the, PSC to denounce and decline, We Energies for expanding and opening up a gas plant and expanding infrastructure. I live in Milwaukee in the Metcalf Park neighborhood, which is a heat island. So when it's hot in Milwaukee, Metcalf Park is 10 to 15 degrees hotter than any other neighborhood in the city of Milwaukee. Our air quality is already shot. We have a community full of folks that have asthma. We have elders in our neighborhood. When the summer gets really, really hot, folks are using the air conditioner, and some folks don't have that. When they walk a block, they're at risk from passing out and dying from the things that's in the air and how hot it is. So when I hear folks that look like me say, hey, we need these jobs, everybody needs a job, but I don't want y'all working a job that's killing people. The options are limitless, and we are here and we keep showing up, and we're gonna keep showing up because we're giving you a way out. We're providing some solutions. We just drove past a whole bunch of farmland full of solar panels, but in my neighborhood, we gotta go through so many hoops just to be able to put solar panels and infrastructures in our community, and that ain't right. Every time something is built, my neighbors, the neighbors across from me in other neighborhoods, we are paying for these expansions. The cost is trickling down to our energy burden. So not only is the air quality in something like a gas plant killing us, we're actually paying to kill ourselves. For all of the shareholders that don't live in my community or communities like my community, you don't have a gas plant in your backyard. And I know for sure you're not gonna have your children living near a gas plant. Would you want it in your backyard? Do you want it? It's not on your conscience because it's not your kids. It's not your elderly family members living in these communities that are being dumped toxins in their air, in their land, in their soil, on their bills. Your community is not getting priced out. Why am I paying more for an energy bill than I am paying for food right now? Something ain't right. Yes, so we need more jobs, but we need to be intentional, because I don't want any of these folks that's working these jobs to wake up 20 years from now and be like, I was a part of that massacre. I was a part of that genocide because I needed an income to pay for things for my family, but a whole bunch of families died because of it. So let's get it right. Let's get it together. Let's decline this and get at the table to figure out what can we be doing, because we at a point where can't nobody keep passing the buck. If you are a part of it, you are a part of the deaths that's gonna be on your hand. So let's get it together. Let's keep these energy costs down. Let's think about some renewable energy. Let's make sure some jobs are created for the kids that are growing up in these neighborhoods. And let's make sure we get our air quality back in control. Because it ain't no point to expand no jobs if everybody gonna be dead in 20 years. I'm done.
All right, thanks.
And let's get coffee, because
You're getting better and better.
You know.
All right, so I'm gonna take, I think, one more for now. I'm gonna take about a 5-minute break, so I want to set up, I'm gonna see if I can set up my phone in that other room for people they can hear the hearing on YouTube. They don't have to stand out in the hallway, but I'll take one more comment right now and then we'll take a quick break for that. I don't know what that is. Is this thing dying on me? The phone, maybe. All right. All right, so we have, yeah, you're right. There you go. Becky here. Okay, all right, well, got one more person. So Janet Weicker. Hi there. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Name and comment.
Janet Weicker, Weyker. Thank you for this opportunity to voice my concerns about that proposed gas plant in Paris, Wisconsin. I asked the PSC not to allow the development of this project. Along with thousands of scientists who have done the research and the excellent work of the Sierra Club, I believe that the environmental impact statement on the Paris Rice unit
does not adequately address the impending negative health, economic, and environmental effects of that proposed plant. Gas is not a clean solution to our energy needs. It may not produce visible dirty soot like coal, but the burning of natural gas produces heat-trapping gases and pollutants that go into the air that we breathe. And air pollution knows no boundaries. A few weeks ago on Facebook, I got a picture from a friend showing a young boy lying in a hospital bed connected to tubes and machines because he was suffering from a severe asthma attack. It led to his sudden cardiac arrest and death. His parents had to make the painful decision to donate his organs so that other children could live. And then they went home and had to tell his siblings that your brother is not coming home. Recent research from the National Institutes of Health show that living in a zip code with a fossil fuel, those people who live there experience asthma hospitalizations at rates 11% higher than demographically similar zip codes with no power plants. The burning of natural gas contributes to climate change. The World Health Organization declared that climate change is the greatest threat to human and planetary health. Executive decrees do not change the reality of climate change. The scientific evidence that brought about the Paris Climate Accord and the recommendations of the Wisconsin Committee on Climate Change tell us that fossil fuel emissions must be rapidly reduced if we are to avoid the worst climate catastrophes, as if the California fires, floods, and violent and extreme storms aren't enough to convince us. Expanded fossil fuel, whether it's coal, gas, or oil, must stop. The recommendation of the Climate Change Committee specifically calls for the avoidance of any new fossil fuel infrastructure, including natural gas. And We Energies boasts of its high rate of return on investments. That profits the CEOs and the stockholders, while those who are least able to bear the costs, the increased cost of energy, bear the greatest burden. Profits made by We Energies ought to be put into increased renewable energy, not into gas burning plants. A plan also needs to be put in place to decrease the racial disparity between the amount of income spent on utilities by Black and Latinx families compared to people in white neighborhoods. The energy burden is unfair and needs to be addressed. As said by Nicole Hannah-Jones, none of us can be held responsible for the wrongs of our ancestors. But if today we choose not to do the right and necessary thing, that burden we own. Again, I ask the PSC that you require more adequate environmental assessments of the proposed plant, avoid permitting any new fossil fuel infrastructure, and demand that We Energies implement a plan to reduce the racial disparity in the cost of the energy burden. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, I promise a quick break. I'm just going to set up that room with my phone so people can move over if we don't have a chair. Just be right back. True value. Oh, no.
It's like it.
Oh, geez.
In order, like, yeah, is there any way we can see now?
You know, I got them in the order that I received them, but you guys need to sit tight. I need to do this and then.
Got children in the high school.
Yeah.
This is Can I take a peek or not? You slap my hair. Thank you so much.
Research that he's gonna leave like comments.
Okay.
I think it's. And then maybe I asked if I could like kind of work in
I have these written down in my pages. How he has. It's hard for me to keep track. Like we just have. Some of them I can't, like this stuff I'm looking at, like.
You can make your best guess.
I know. So, maybe it's fine. He's going to keep one there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Into the pile, I won't mess it up, I promise. Taylor, green. Unless we. Yeah. I'll do that.
We just had, I think. Yeah, that's so much better. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, can somebody tell me she's gonna do it online instead?
That's fine.
Do you want me to write that on here?
I'll just take it on my own. Yeah.
And then here was another one.
Yeah, that Matt. Correct. Oh, you can dance. All right, let's get. All right, we're all set up here. I hope you did you do anything else? Did you take any kind of break or no? No? Okay, good. All right, so let's get started. I got an announcement to make. So it looks like we're cleared out a little bit of the crowd here, but so we can keep people, give people a seat in another room. If you don't have a seat in here, the other room across the hall, my phone is running on with the YouTube channel, so you can see and hear the hearing. So I encourage people to use that as a space to overflow. If you don't have a seat, you need to sit down. All right, let's get back to it.
I appreciate how much people.
No, what's the point? They're not gonna.
Well, I know.
All right, so we're gonna get started. We'll get up to speed here. We had, take another two more people from the room. So, okay, so I can give people a heads up with who's on deck. So we're just gonna do 2 people now, and then we're gonna do some Zoom people. So first person is gonna be Jed Downs. Then we have Gloria Randall Hewitt. And then after the break, Teresa Thomas Boyd. And Joy Boyd. All right.
Should have left my phone, sorry.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, give us your name and comment.
Jed Downs. My name is Jed Downs, and I'm a physician living in the town of Cross Plains. These days, I take care of injured people in pain, and try to help them restore function. Even though my patients may not be seeing me directly for congestive heart failure, COPD, asthma, or concerns with fetal development, there are still instances, such as during the Canadian wildfires of 2023, that I had patients canceling appointments because they had baseline health problems that were aggravated by poor air quality. My educational journey included getting a master's in public health and environmental health. And I learned that medical care is only part of the picture when it comes to our health. To prevent disease and foster healthy communities, we must also address the safety of the air people breathe and the water they drink. I'm here today because I care not just about my health or the health of my family, but the health of my neighbors or the health of my patients. I'm concerned about the health of people in Racine, Kenosha, Union Grove, Milwaukee, and communities in Michigan and other states downwind who will be exposed to particulates from the Paris methane plant and other proposed gas plants. I fear that we will keep arriving in situations like this until the guaranteed profit returns that utilities like We Energies receive on fossil fuel plants are curbed, and the PSC begins to deny project proposals that don't meaningfully model and prioritize clean energy and batteries. Customers are still on the hook to pay high bills for stranded assets that resulted from boondoggle projects like the retrofits to the Oak Creek coal plant, while We Energy scored a 12.5% profit from the project. We are at risk of that happening again with this gas plant. Global warming is occurring faster than scientists understand. 2024 temperatures exceeded the 1.5 degrees centigrade limit recommended by the Paris Accords in 2015 for the year 2050. Ironic that this proposal is for the Paris rice plant. As natural disasters tied to climate change and the associated weather instability become increasingly common, the sleeping giant of public opinion will eventually wake up and demand accountability for the actions taken now and in the near future. Yes, coal is worse than gas when it comes to human health, but gas power with its associated methane leaks is just as bad from a climate standpoint. Burning methane gas still generates particulates, nitrogen oxides, and can contribute to ozone and volatile organic pollution. National Institute of Health data finds that those living in a zip code with a fossil fuel plant have approximately an 11% increased risk of asthma, 15% increased risk of respiratory infection, and a 17% increase in the risk of COPD. As an aside, having a fossil fuel power plant built within a mile of your home decreases your property values by at least 7%. My understanding is that We Energies has argued that they need the Paris gas plant to diversify their power generation. But the 2023 energy mix included 2.4% wind, 0.2% solar generation, and the rest of their current generation is an almost equal mix of nuclear, gas, and coal generation. Adding more gas to their grid, which is less than 3% clean energy, should not be an acceptable definition of diversification. I know legislative tools like integrated resource planning would help, but the lack of these tools does not excuse the commission from carefully analyzing the risks of this project and making the right decision. As a physician, I understand some of the challenges you face. Physicians trained to make decisions in the face of uncertainty. We don't always have the right tests or right tools available to us. We are pushed by profit-driven industries like pharmaceuticals and are pressured by healthcare administrators to maximize returns for adequate retained nonprofit corporate earnings. And we're always at risk of being sued. Our core duty as physicians is reflected in our oath to protect our patients, follow science, and to first do no harm. The Commission's primary mandate is to regulate utilities to protect the environment, public health, and welfare, ensure safe services, and provide affordable electricity. That means, in this case, rejecting the Paris gas plant. I ask the Commission to have courage and to remember their core duty. Thank you for your attention, allowing me to speak.
Thank you, sir. I will switch over quickly to Zoom. So we're going to start with Catherine. Just sign in as Catherine. Did you want to make a comment? Just unmute and let me know. Okay, down as no comment. Let's see, next up is Susan Johnson.
Yes, right here.
Okay, great. I'm just gonna indicate that you're commenting.
Yes.
Oops. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's just go off the record for a second. Debbie, can you hear the echo? Is the problem?
A little bit, but it's fine.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back on. So I just need to swear you in. Raise your right hand.
Yes.
And yes, you're ready to go. Okay, just see you there. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I sure do.
All right, give us your name and comment, please.
My name is Susan Johnson. And for this comment, I am here on behalf of the Wisconsin State League of Women Voters. So this is not my personal testimony. I do have personal testimony, which I will send into the, I guess there's a link or something. But these words I am going to read word for word from the Wisconsin State League of Women Voters. Okay. The League presents testimony today in opposition to the proposed new natural gas-powered plant in the town of Paris in Kenosha County. But we know we must be realistic about our options until we can be assured of affordable, reliable, and clean, low-carbon electricity. On June 23rd, 2025, the League of Women Voters of Wisconsin hosted the Broadband and Energy webinar with the American Society of Civil Engineers, Wisconsin section. We learned that the natural gas-powered electricity is an interim step on the way to a renewable energy future. We also learned that we share industry goals of affordable, reliable, and clean net carbon neutral energy. We learned that coal as an energy source has dropped precipitously. Natural gas has increased to fill in the gap. We need to know more about next generation nuclear power because it is the stable baseline source. Wind has increased, but solar is negligible. We share all of the above energy strategy and benefit by working together until we can be assured that the electricity, the essential service we take for granted, is aligned with our goals of affordable, reliable, and clean. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Kelly Kearns is next. Did you want to make a
Hi.
comment? I see you there. Okay, great.
Okay, thank you for taking Zoom comments. I appreciate it.
Just to interrupt
Oh,
you
yes.
for a sec, I'm just going to swear you in.
Okay, thank you.
So raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, great. So state your name and if you could spell your last name for us, please.
Sure. Kelly Kearns, Kearns. I'd like to be on the record as opposing this gas plant, the Paris gas plant. Gas is not a clean energy, and the people in the area will be significantly affected with health issues for this area. They don't deserve to have their air and soil affected by gas plants such as this. We energy executives would not want a methane plant in their backyard, so the other people should not have one in their neighborhood as well. This plant is not needed and will only exacerbate climate change, which will, of course, cause many additional problems throughout the planet. Renewable energy facilities provide a large number of union jobs, and it's not necessary for creating gas plants like this to create jobs. We Energy needs to come up with an alternative, such as rooftop solar and other safe renewables. So please, again, record me as opposing this plant. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll take one more person from Zoom. I know we spoke to R. Barrett before, but I can't remember if you had indicated no comment or if you made a comment. To be honest, I don't know.
That's correct. I'm just here to listen. Thank you.
Great, thanks. All right. Shirley Aspinall, you're next. If you wish to comment, let me know. Shirley, Aspinall, did you wish to comment?
No comment at this time.
And we'll try one more. We have Stephen Murphy. Did you want to comment?
Yep, let me turn on my video.
Okay. Oh, there you go. All right, let me grab your name here. Okay, so raise your right hand. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, and please state your name and give us your comment. Give us your comment, please.
Okay. Stephen Murphy, MURPHY. So thank you to the PSC, and I urge this Public Service Commission to deny the Paris gas plant. And here's why. I'm a family physician, and you've heard from lots of healthcare providers today. I grew up in Sturtevant, and I completed a pre-med program at UW Parkside, and I'm in Milwaukee now as a primary care provider. And I thought for sure the health harms of this methane gas plant were just very powerful arguments against it. But I actually wanted to start off with other things I've learned. And one is the cost, and we have to, factor these things in. So I'm looking at what is like 303 million for this Paris plant, but part of like 2 billion for the methane gas projects and build out. And then just each year, the Paris methane plant would cost them 25 to 47 million in extra healthcare costs per year. Really think that just I'm not, that was really impressive, and I want to make, and I feel like that's not a good balance there. I've been reading about other ways to meet the needs. We need reliable energy. We need to meet the energy needs of our community. But we need to do it in a way that doesn't cause this cost burden, this energy burden. In primary care, there's a lot of people I see who are burdened with the cost of medicines, the cost of health insurance and bills, and then they have energy costs. And it's a real challenge. And sometimes people have to choose the energy costs over pharmaceutical costs, and that's too much of a burden to put on people. Is there another way? I think you'll hear testimony and comments today that there are other ways. It doesn't have to be this better than coal option, but there's even better ways that we can meet the energy needs. Thinking about things I've learned about, like demand response, energy efficiency, and then of course renewable sources, which need to be built and would also create jobs, which is an important part. As far as reliability, these methane gas power plants are disproportionately unreliable during extreme weather events, and want the commission to look into that. And we're having more extreme weather events. And then lastly, just the health impact. There's no doubt a methane gas plant is going to release particles and nitrous and air pollutants that really harm people. I come down to Racine County still on a regular basis. I go to the Southern Wisconsin Veterans Memorial Cemetery to visit my dad's grave. So both my mom and dad were in unions, and my dad passed from COPD, and that's a long and hard health condition to suffer from. And we're building this methane gas plant is guarantees that more people would suffer in that way. And I just ask you very, very clearly to deny the Paris gas plant. Thanks.
Thank you very much. So off the record, we have Cassandra Flag. You have your hand raised. We missed you about, you wanted to make a comment or not?
I do.
Okay, so we can take you and then we'll move back to the room. Let me just adjust your screen name here. So do you have your camera on? Can you turn it on?
Okay.
Okay, great, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna swear you in. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, so please give us your name, spell your last name, and go ahead.
Cassandra Flagg, last name spelled Flagg. And I would just like to basically kind of sum up everything that I've heard, because I've just been listening, a lot of listening. And I know that we think, well, natural gas is a cleaner fossil fuel. It's still, however, its emissions still pose serious threats and health risks to communities, particularly in residential areas and particularly Black and Brown communities, making that issue a key environmental justice issue. And while we continue to do programming and do initiatives and outreach around these very same issues, we're fighting against the same system that should be and supposed to serve us. That's all I wanted to say.
All right, great, thank you. Okay, so we did call some people here in the room. So we have Gloria Hewitt first. Then we have Teresa Boyd, and was it Joy Boyd after that? All right, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, name and comment.
First of all, thank you for allowing me to speak. My name is Gloria Randall Hewitt. My husband and I live in the city of Racine, and we are customers of We Energies. I'm speaking today to oppose We Energies' expansion of methane plants in Paris and also the Oak Creek plant, and I'm asking the PSC to deny these permits. We Energies has not demonstrated that there is an increased demand for electricity that would justify these multi-billion-dollar projects. We Energies has said that industrial development in southeastern Wisconsin is the reason for the new methane plants, including the Microsoft data center in Mount Pleasant. But that's not what Microsoft said. At an event held in Racine County with President Joe Biden in May 2024, Microsoft publicly stated when they announced that the new data center in Racine County would be powered by renewable energy. I was there and I heard that statement. The governor was there, state representatives, the mayor, county officials, executives from We Energies, and lots of press. We all heard that pledge. Further, based on Microsoft's website and their public statements, Microsoft aims to be carbon negative by 2030. But We Energies gas plants have a life of 30 years. So how can We Energies say they need to bill billions of dollars to ratepayers for the construction of new gas plants and use Microsoft's data center as the reason? So on January 23rd, 2025, I wrote to Microsoft and I asked them specifically how they were planning to power the data center being built in Racine County. On January 27th, I received a letter in reply. The Microsoft representative, and here's the letter, just in case you want to see it.
I absolutely do. Just keep it with your comments there.
The Microsoft representative specifically stated that Microsoft is, quote, working with We Energies to pay our own way for all the assets needed to add and transmit electricity needed to serve our data center load. Secondly, the letter stated that they are investing to bring, quote, onto the regional grid new sources of carbon-free electricity that will equal our data center load in Mount Pleasant. They also said that Microsoft advocates for the expansion of carbon-free energy solutions in Wisconsin and throughout the upper Midwest. Third point in their letter, and I quote, we are committed to ensuring that electricity needs and costs for our Mount Pleasant data center don't lead to an increase in the price of electricity for our neighbors. For this reason, Microsoft has ensured that we pay our own way for infrastructure improvements, unquote. Given that Microsoft plans to cover the huge electricity needs of their data center with renewable energy, I believe that We Energies should be investing in solar and wind power and electricity storage, not new methane gas plants. We know that methane gas is harmful to our health and our environment. We know the plants are expensive to build, to continuously supply gas to power them and to maintain them, and that all those costs will be charged to We Energies ratepayers like me, because that's what We Energies has consistently and repeatedly done while returning huge profits to itself, its executives, and its investors. At the same time, we also know that the cost of renewable energy has dropped to the point that we can now say that it is no longer more expensive than building a gas plant. I'm asking the PSC to deny We Energies' request. I'm asking the PSC to require them to provide a detailed analysis of why they believe new power plants need to be built, and to provide a cost comparison to support any decisions related to building more gas plants instead of investing in clean, healthy, renewable energy. I'm also asking that that analysis would include the cost of damage to our air and to our health in the overall analysis. In the end, I'm asking the PSC to deny their request for this plant in Paris. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I think you have something to give me there.
I do.
Yes. I'd like to
Do you
take that-
want to, sorry about my messy printer. Do you want a clean copy?
Yeah, if you have.
Do you want me to email it to you? I could email
Let me
it.
give you my card.
Okay.
That should work.
All right, thank you.
Perfect. All right, thank you. So who we have next? Teresa Thomas Boyd. There we go. Then we have Joy Boyd.
Joycelyn, is it Joycelyn Stevens? No, Carolyn Stevens. And then Ramona Curry. Okay, excellent. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, get that mic there. Perfect. Go ahead.
My name is Teresa Thomas Boyd, resident of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I come here first of all to say I am a grandmother, mother, pastor, and community organizer. I have a 40-year-old son, Jeff Thomas, that's not with me right now, but he would be. He is a kidney patient in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and he's sitting on a dialysis machine right now as I speak. So for the next 3 to 4 hours, he will be sitting there because of not just the issue we're talking about today, but many issues of healthcare in this country. There's over 1,400 people in Milwaukee that need kidney transplants. When it comes to healthcare in 2020, I read that over 54,000 people are in asthma conditions that are bad in Wisconsin alone. That speaks volumes. And I want to say that as a pastor, I have had members, not only from my church, but throughout the community of Milwaukee that have had health issues as well as problems paying their bills month after month. Can you help us out? Why? Because they can't afford it and because they're having health problems as well. I would just like to say that we should be putting people first, not profit. I would like to say that we should deny the plan because if we put people first, it would allow us to have healthier lives, healthier neighborhoods, stronger neighborhoods, and then we're not putting people against each other. It doesn't make sense to tell somebody to get a good job and have a union job, but at the same time, say do this to hurt somebody else that can't live or breathe because of something that's coming into their neighborhood. That we should love the planet. As a person that believes in God, I also believe that God created a beautiful world. And in this beautiful world that he created, we are responsible for it. So instead of doing things that will harm the planet, impact our climate, and change within our air, we should be doing more that would help. That we would admit that there is harm, that we would admit that there are lies, that we would admit that there are alternatives to what we're saying that we can do instead of what we can't do. And that we say no to the new methane gas plant in Paris. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Joy, you're next. And then we have Carolyn and Ramona, Jennifer Gryrich next. Okay, not next, after all those other people. Joy. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My name is Joy Boyd.
You need to come closer to the mic.
Yes.
My name is Joy Boyd. Yes, that was my mom who just spoke. I am a creative consultant and a mother of a 3-year-old. And since I chose to be a preschool teacher to my daughter, I have already made sure science and the environment we live in is something that she understands. Climate change is already here, and I intend to do everything in my power to prevent it from getting worse and give my daughter and other children a better world. It has been proven over and over again that methane plants are hazardous to people and entire ecosystems. I understand that energy and well-paying jobs are necessary because I did work in the construction management industry for 11 years. So I understand the unions, I understand getting engineers jobs, and there are better solutions to this problem. And I got these ideas from a children's book. Hydroelectric energy, wind energy, geothermal energy are all better ideas than a methane plant. And new and creative ideas are mandatory for all of us to continue to live and thrive. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Making your mother proud. Carolyn Stevens? Yeah.
Can I see if somebody's on this list? Can I see them look through these quickly?
Yeah, yeah. Let me just,
The ones on the train.
go ahead. Oh, right here. No, that would be four.
You ask folks if the bus is leaving. If
Three more.
is that possible or not? She just said something to me. I don't know. Okay, I just want to mention it.
She's just gonna need to file a comment in writing then. All right, Carolyn, how you doing?
Okay.
You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
All right, name and
Okay, my name is Carolyn Stevens. I'm a We Energy customer
can you hear?
and I'm here.
There we go.
Okay, you got my name? Okay, I'm a We Energy customer and a resident of Milwaukee County. I'm here to ask the PSC to deny the permit for the Paris plant. Because we all know that fossil fuel is a danger. It's not good for the people in our community, their community, surrounding communities, due to the problems it causes with people health. It also puts a big financial burden on our ratepayers, especially the people who do not receive any energy assistance to offset that bill. A lot of them find themselves struggling. They find themselves maybe going without medicine because they know when the moratorium's over, if they can't pay their bill, their utilities are gonna be shut off. So that would be the biggest, one of the biggest concerns that I have outside of the health risk that it causes. I would like to also know, has We Energy ever filed a loss? Because it seems like we're just paying and the only one actually benefiting from this are the stockholders in it. And all we're doing is, okay, this plan is obsolete, we'll get another one, they'll just have to pay more. When are the citizens or the ratepayer going to get a break from We Energy?
Appreciate your comment. Ramona. And Jennifer, Guyer Rich. And then Marcia Carmen Beltran, I don't know if she's here anymore.
Yeah, she's doing.
Oh, she is, okay. Geneva Jones. All right, raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and it's a long day. We're just getting started. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
All right, thank you, the PSC commissioner yourself for, offering a platform for us to come out and talk. Now, I've been doing this for 3 years. 3 years ago, we went to Madison, a small group of us from Lindsay Heights, to go up and speak on the increases that We Energies is proposing or were proposing back then. Now we're 3 years later, still more increases, and now a gas plant that they want to put in Paris County, is that Paris?
The town of Paris.
The town of Paris. And I want to say that I want you to say no and deny that because of all the health information that the people that testified before me and gave a testimony. We don't need to beat a dead horse with that. Also, my concern is I'm a grandmother of 5, a mother of 3, and I'm at a point in my life where I am financially okay, but I have to still carry their energy burdens, their housing burdens, because of course, when they can't make ends meet, they come home to mama. And I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna take care of my family and make sure that they don't have any need or want. Now, speaking of asthma, with being one of a major concerns of why this gas plant should not be approved,
I have a triathlete in my family, and he's 12 years old. And when the air conditions are not, are dangerous, it scares me as a grandmother to know that when he's out there trying his best to make sure he's conditioned for football, basketball, soccer, that he could fall out on the field at any given time if the weather doesn't permit, presents a danger. That causes stress on the family, which also affects, we all know that affects physical health. That's one of the #1 killers. I do understand that union jobs are important in infrastructures of building and creating buildings. However, the human life should be a priority over a job, because we all are trying to feed our families. I've been complaining all day, and many of the Lindsay Heights residents can tell you I'm complaining about the price of eggs. Now, if I got to decide to buy eggs to feed my family and pay the We Energy bills, because it's 3 households that I'm, not only my household, but 2 other households that I do contribute to help to make sure they have food on the table and able to have utilities on. I'm most concerned because in the 05 zip code, 06 zip code of where I'm from and where I live and reside at, that has a lot of inequities in itself, with housing, the health equities that are there, inequities that are there. But there are many things on that contribute to concerns about higher utility costs. And to my surprise, when I read my energy bill, and this happened 4 or 5 months ago, one of my neighbors said, "You do realize you are paying for a retirement fund in Sun Prairie?" And I said, "No, I'm not." She said, "Go in the back of your We Energy bill and take a look." And to my surprise, there was a line item that says in the back of your thing. Now, how many people look at the back of the bill? I didn't until a couple months ago, and realized I'm paying for something, a wind energy structure to retire their people that live in Sun Prairie, which is almost 45 minutes to an hour away, that is here in Wisconsin. I think that's unfair. I think that causes way too much energy burden on the people that are barely surviving to try to make ends meet, because we have a growing cost in the economy that we can't afford with food, utilities, housing. So that is my concern, and I think that we should really take a look at it and find a clean energy solution and bring more people, more residents, more customers to the table, so that they can have more solution driven that will be a positive impact on our communities here in Wisconsin. And that's all I'd like to say. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Jennifer. Right hand, you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, go ahead, name and comment.
Sure. My name is Jennifer Gietrich, Giegerich. I am the I know.
Just checking for myself.
Well, I
gotta remember.
it's true.
I'm gonna remember next time, okay.
No worries. I am the Government Affairs Director for Wisconsin Conservation Voters. We have offices in Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay, where we work with our network of over 40,000 members and supporters to engage Wisconsinites to protect the environment. WCV prioritizes working with local communities and voters around the state to support commitments to clean energy. I appreciate the opportunity to share our concerns about We Energy's request to build this new gas plant in the town of Paris. This proposed project negatively impacts the health of people living in the area, undermines our state's climate goals, and is unfair to ratepayers. The proposed Paris rice plant negatively impacts the health of people living in the area. National Institutes of Health research shows that those living in the zip code with a fossil fueled power plant experience significantly higher adverse health impacts than demographically similar zip codes with no power plant. These include 11% higher asthma hospitalization rates, 15% higher respiratory infection rates, and 17% higher chronic obstructive pulmonary disease rates. Number two, the proposed Paris rice plant undermines our state's climate and clean energy goals. Wisconsin statutes state clean energy sources should be the first option for energy production, while building new fossil fuel projects should be among the last. We Energy lags far behind other utilities in our region in building new renewable energy sources like wind, solar, and battery storage. The fact that We Energies did not even attempt to compare this new natural gas expansion to clean energy alternatives is a good reason not to approve this project. Governor Evers has made a commitment to action on climate and to meet the commitments of the Paris, France Accord. This requires moving away from fossil fuels, including gas. The Governor's Task Force on Climate Change made it clear. The state should avoid new fossil fuel infrastructure in order to address the worsening impacts of climate change. And finally, the proposed Paris rice plant is unfair to ratepayers. We Energy should not be building a gas plant while the energy burden their ratepayers are experiencing is already high, and the racial disparities in energy burden are among some of the highest in the nation. The proposed data centers in the region are the main drivers for this increased demand, yet those companies are likely to receive better electric rates than residential customers. Unfortunately, We Energy's customers are still paying the $2.3 billion price tag for the company's Oak Creek Power the Future coal plant, otherwise known as the Elm Road Generating Station, completed in 2011. The most expensive construction project in the history of Wisconsin. We urge the Public Service Commission to ensure those most impacted by energy costs and the negative health impacts of fossil fuels are not forced to pay for this expansion of We Energy's natural gas infrastructure. We urge the commission to reject this proposal. Thank you for your time and service.
Thank you, Bill. All right, Marcia Carmen Beltran. Maria.
Hey, Brian, can you grab Maria out of there, please? I'm right here, dear.
Oh, yeah. Yo, swear you in. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I swear, like every time I see you.
I know, you're looking better every time.
Thank you.
Go ahead, give us your name and comment.
Okay, hello, everyone in the room. Let me see. I am Maria Carmen Beltran. I'm a community health worker and community leader in 53205, 53206 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin of the Lindsay Heights neighborhood. I'm also a leader por la salud in 53204 and 53215 in the south side of Milwaukee. I'm here to take action, as always, and ask the PSC to consider not to approve, please reject and deny We Energies and WEC Energy Group for their proposal to develop a new gas plant of methane in the town of Paris, which contributes to our real climate change. It is real. My family and I have been sickened by the fossil fuel burning plant in Oak Creek. Children's Hospital of Wisconsin was our home away from home for all 7 of my children. And since they were 5 weeks old, and now for my 7 grandchildren. We all today suffer from chronic to severe asthma, of living on a daily breathing treatments and taking many different prescription inhalers to be able to live, but live with even more deadly side effects. We pay for all that. And not to mention the recent 18.5% increase in our utility bill rates of 2024. We are not worried that this plant will not be built safely,
And thank you for reassuring us that. And that is great that it will provide jobs with healthcare for those union workers, as everyone deserves healthcare. I strongly believe in that, in the greatness of union workers. And you do build proud and you take pride in your work, and we are glad you keep us safe. But what you're building is not safe for us. Unfortunately, our children are not fortunate to live in a safe, clean air quality that cause unhealthy health burdens due to energy burdens we live and deal with on a daily basis that harm our families' health, our neighbors' health, our communities' health, our city's health, and our great state of Wisconsin overall health. Building a death trap for your families and their families in the future, as these power plants are known to cause for all to live with severe health impacts of the past, present, and future. And lastly, I just want to say no methane and renewable energy for all. Please deny and reject this. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So we have Geneva Jones next. Joshua Baroni, getting that close.
You're right the first time.
Did I?
Yes, sir.
Okay, looks like the first. And Mark Folker. So let's go. Hi. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, name and comment.
My name is Geneva Jones. My name is Geneva Jones, and I am asking the PSC, Public Service Commission, to deny re-energy coal burning plant. Who am I? I'm a consumer, I'm a customer and a client of We Energy. I volunteer as a canvasser who goes door to door, a phone bank operator who makes calls, a marcher who magnifies my message, and a signer of petitions to tell my truth. Also, I volunteer during the election to inform those who are not legally able to vote by informing them how they can still contribute. Lately, I have added to my portfolio 2023 and 24 Lindsay Height Near 12 Secretary to reduce plight elimination. That means forcing people out of their homes because of the cost of living. And Northside Rising Citizen Action to fight for our lights, which should be a human right. Why have I come out? Because the cost of heating our homes is $100 to $125 in the summertime and $105% higher during the winter months. I fear the worst to come, that I will not be able to pursue my quality of life or the pursuit of happiness because of the coal burning smokestacks, operating 7 days a week and 24 hours a day. So I am asking you to stop, to deny We Energy the coal burning plants that will pollute the sky, the air, and the water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from their smokestacks. And thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Joshua next. Then Mark. And then, well, we should probably give Zoom another chance after that, so just a thing. So after Zoom, we're gonna have John Hawley and Sarah Marie Street. Joshua, all right, swear you in. Just a second. Exodus here. All right, we're gonna get started, so let's get quiet up a little bit here. All right, let me swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, name and comment.
My name is Joshua Barong. That's
I-R-O-N-G. I am the business manager for Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 118, also the vice president of the Southeast Wisconsin Building Trades, and I'm a Kenosha resident. I'm here speaking on behalf of the Paris expansion. Today, as we move forward, I mean, as a society, we are moving in a direction.
You're good. That's live hearings for you.
No worries.
All right.
Today, as we move forward in society.
So society as a whole, we are moving toward greener energy solutions. But the reality of it is fossil fuel has one of the highest potential energy outputs. And as we look toward renewable energy sources, it remains one of the best options that we have to supplement those. Our energy partners, like We Energies, have made large investments in solar and wind, as well as other things. And this power plant is going, or this expansion of the existing plant will help to supplement the solar field that sits right adjacent to it. It also will help to power the digital infrastructure that helps us move forward. It'll help us to speed up the technology that's needed to improve the efficiency of these other renewable sources and hopefully get us to a point where someday in the future, we will have a completely green and sustainable energy system. That's all I have to say.
All right, great, thanks. So Mark, is it Volker? Felker, okay.
I've been called worse, so.
All right. Well, try to avoid what I can. The worst of it. Sorry.
You don't want to shut the door.
There is no door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just the way I like it.
I
You
know,
can't
but
shut the
it's
door.
just-
I know, not for you. All right, we swear you in, we swear or affirm the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right, name and comment.
Well, hi there. This is Mark Felger here. I'm here to support the building of this new power plant. I'm with the Local 19 Heat and Frost Insulators. So I'm the apprenticeship coordinator. I've been doing that for about 9 months, but I got into the union about 2003. And that was because somebody gave me an opportunity. And I was the only one on the list at the time, but they said, when somebody's got some work, we'll call you up, you know? So this is my 22nd year in the building trades, and I'm passionate about what I do, and I'm passionate about the apprenticeship programs and also the work for my fellow brothers and sisters, not only with my union, but the other unions as well. I'm going to reiterate on a couple points that were made by Emily and Steve before, and that's about this job creation. This is going to create about 200 construction jobs. The upcoming Oak Creek power plant is going to add about 800 jobs. So this is going to provide a steady flow of well-paying opportunities for the next generation of apprentices and brothers and sisters. Economic stability. This will offer consistent work hours for union members for years. Not only that, but this is new opportunities for more apprentices to get put on. I've got about 60, 70 young men and women on my apprenticeship list, and they're all just looking for one thing, an opportunity to get in. So I'm just here to also talk about a few more key points. The natural gas serves a key transitional fuel. It's not coal.
Sorry, in terms of what tradition, in terms of.
Oh, the key transitional fuel, helping to move from coal to more of a renewable energy. But yes, mainly it's here seeing the more opportunity that we can have to build something. Read a little bit about the new technology that they have here as well, which is different than a lot of these older power plants that I think a lot of people are more familiar with. So a lot of new technology coming up, a lot of engineering going on, and a lot of opportunities for the next generation. Thank you.
All right, thanks very much. Okay, we're gonna switch to some Zoom people now, and we'll for the record. So I do have my phone set up in that other room across the hall. So if you guys want to get out of the hallway, take a seat. You'll also be able to see the Zoom participants that way. So it's another key feature to go over there. So you don't want to crowd the hallways. We'll watch over there.
There's a couple more.
Sorry, Schiller. Yeah, Joan. Okay. Yeah, she's got a while to go. Yeah. We'll check in your Zoom people. Only a few people left remaining on Zoom that haven't made a comment or have indicated they have no comment. So we have Terry Flores. Flores. If you want to comment, let me know. Okay. Okay, and yeah, next is Sydney Peterson. Looks like you're ready, have your hand raised. You ready to go?
Hello.
Yes, everything's ready here. Okay, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, great. So let's go ahead, give us your name and spell your last name, please.
Okay. Hello, my name is Sydney Peterson. That's Peterson. And I am here to request the Public Service Commission reject We Energy's request to build the Rice Gas Facility in Paris, Wisconsin. I am a resident of Racine County. I was raised in Caledonia, and I am so proud to call the state of Wisconsin my home. My love for southeastern Wisconsin has been shaped by a life spent outside, swimming in Lake Michigan, birding in county parks, biking the Oak Leaf Trail, and more. I am speaking to you all today because of my love for the ecosystems and communities of southeastern Wisconsin. The purported mission of the Public Service Commission of Wisconsin is to ensure, quote, safe, reliable, affordable, and environmentally responsible utility services and equitable access to telecommunications and broadband services. I believe that the proposed Paris rice plants go against all of these values, but I personally would like to focus on how these developments are not environmentally responsible. The winter of 2024 was the warmest winter Wisconsin has seen in 130 years. Per Wisconsin Public Radio, the statewide temperature was nearly 10 degrees above normal at 28.3 degrees Fahrenheit from December through February. While it is true that this mild winter was influenced by an El Niño weather pattern, it continues a worrying trend of shorter and warmer winters in the state. A recent study published in Environmental Research Letters found that the Great Lakes winters have shrunk by about 14 days a decade since 1995, and Milwaukee has experienced one of the fastest warming winters in the country. Mild winters are steadily becoming the norm, not the exception. These facts may seem abstract or unimportant, but they have a real impact on the communities of Wisconsin. Changing winters have and will affect how long ski hills stay open, hunting season, tapping maple trees, and the state's $7 billion fishing industry. Climate change is also taking a toll on Lake Michigan. Ice cover on the lake has been at historic lows, which can cause more coastal erosion, which will be costly for our cities and citizens to combat. Wisconsin winters are also part of our identity as a region. I work in a cafe and I interact with hundreds of people every day, and I can't tell you how many older adults this winter have talked wistfully about the winters of their youths. While we all may grumble about scraping car windshields in the morning, Wisconsinites take a lot of pride in our winters, and they are something we are sad to be losing. New developments, like the Paris rice plant, which is projected to produce up to about 590,000 tons of greenhouse gases emissions annually, would only further this trend of warmer and shorter winters, which only stand to harm Wisconsin agriculture, industry, and recreation. The people of southeastern Wisconsin have been told that these new developments are necessary in order to serve the projected increase in demand for power. But who is driving that demand? Not the people who live and work here, but power-hungry data centers. These new natural gas projects in southeastern Wisconsin are being billed as backups for the community, but really they are padding for data centers. Microsoft's Mount Pleasant data center will need the same amount of power as 300,000 homes. That's more than the entire city of Milwaukee. A data center won't feel the effects of a warmer Wisconsin winter, but we, the people of southeastern Wisconsin, will. The people who actually live here are going to be paying for and suffering from developments that don't serve us. They serve a faceless data center. We will deal with algal blooms, erosion, changing fish populations, and the impacts to the local economy, not Microsoft. As a resident of Racine, a lover of Lake Michigan, a person who actually lives here and is invested in the region, I'm asking you, the Public Service Commission, to serve the people in front of you, the people who are actually a part of this community, not a data center. Please reject We Energy's request to develop new natural gas projects in Kenosha. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Right, two more people left on Zoom that I haven't asked yet. Tim Perkins, Sherman Park. You want to comment?
My comment is in the chat.
Oh, hang on, off the record. So there shouldn't be a chat available.
Or it's the share, the notes area. How do I submit a?
Okay, well, okay, but let me just understand. You type something into Zoom and.
Yes.
I don't think that's possible.
Okay.
Okay, no, that's not how you file a comment. That should be turned off. That's just how it's always off. I'm not sure how you did it.
All right.
So if you want to file a written comment, yeah, there's a way to do that, or I can take your comment now. Looks like you're ready to go.
Yep. Tim Perkins.
Yeah, well, hang on.
P-E-R-K-I-N-S.
Yeah, hang on, let me swear you in. Raise your right hand, swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, yep, so say it again, name and spell your last name.
Tim Perkins, and I'm here with Louis George Perkins, the next generations that we are all fighting for to care for our planet. So I'm in opposition to the additional power plant and support a lot that's been said by our Lindsay Heights residents and activists about the importance of We Energies working with the Milwaukee area and other areas to create solar and alternative energy and help residents increase the energy efficiency of their homes and address the energy inequity that is already there. So, and I affirm also those who are concerned about health concerns and working for the next generation. So I'm in opposition, and I'm part of the Sherman Park Environmental Collaborative Office neighborhood, which is officially connected with the city of Milwaukee.
All right, thanks for coming. Our last person here on Zoom is Drusilla Ruth. Did you wish to comment? Drusilla? Okay, I'll mark you as none. So I wanted just to mention, hang on, let's just get on the record for this. Oh. That's okay, you didn't know. All right, so I just want to mention while we're on the record that, so one of the witnesses on Zoom indicated to me that they've made some sort of written comment using Zoom. I'm not seeing that on my end. I don't think it's getting to me. As far as I know, there's no chat function available in the meeting room that I set up for this hearing. So if anyone on Zoom now tried to make a comment using some sort of writing tool, I'm not seeing it, I'm not gonna be able to accept it. So you may file a written comment with the methods that we've just been describing here today, or you may make your comment now live. But if you made some sort of chat comment, I'm not seeing it, I'm not gonna be able to put that into the record. So I just want to mention that while we're on the record. And, but at this point, I've asked everyone who's on Zoom right now if they wish to make a comment, and we've taken all the comments so far that people want to make. We'll keep you connected and take new people as they come. So let's move on. We have a few people that have already announced, then we're going to take a break. Did I announce anyone in the room here? John Howley. John Howley, yes, okay, and it's Marie Street, I think I know you guys, okay, yeah, then we're gonna take a break, so let's get John first. Hi. Swear you in, swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Hello, my name is John Hawley, 1914 21st Street, Kenosha, Wisconsin, representative for LIUNA Laborers Local 113th and the Southeast Wisconsin Building Trades. Thank you for letting me speak today in favor of the natural gas plant near Paris, Wisconsin. As a representative of union workers who build infrastructure that keeps Wisconsin running, I know from my work the importance of safe, reliable power in our homes, our schools, our factories, and our businesses. That's why I support this project. Projects like the Paris natural gas plant are very important for union workers. They give us long-term stable work, with good pay, benefits, peak construction. This project alone will, as everyone has heard, a couple hundred workers and for their families. This project also means they can work close to home. Many times our members drive hours, hundreds of miles away. When we can work near home, which is rare, we can spend more time with our loved ones and be a part of our local communities. And when union workers build these projects, they build them right. We go through years and years of training to learn our trade and then help mentor our next generation of workers that we need for the future through their apprenticeships. We take pride in doing quality work that's built to last and done safely. As we move away from coal power plants, we need natural gas during high times in the winter and summer. This change needs to work for everyone, including workers. And with the growing energy demands along the I-94 corridor, building these plants will help Wisconsin maintain control over its energy and infrastructure and provide the reliability needed to meet that growth. The construction boom will continue increasing in Kenosha, Racine. Businesses, apartments, 4,000 to 6,000 square foot homes. Without projects like this and the continued construction, we have the risk of future blackouts without projects like this. These plants will provide reliable energy during peak times when renewable sources like wind and solar may be unavailable. It keeps our electric grid stable and utility bills affordable for everyone. Having reliable power built by local workers also keeps other businesses in Wisconsin and brings the new ones here. I want Wisconsin to have clean power and good jobs. Projects like this will help us do both. They give us all a chance to be a part of building Wisconsin's future. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Sarah Marie?
So I have a prop. This is, well, first of all, I need to be sworn in, right?
So I was actually asking people not to bring up signs,
Which,
but
oh, you said no signs. I thought you meant to raise them from back there,
Yes,
which I
that-
did not do.
that's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
You're very good at remembering. Okay,
Yes.
so
So you never said anything about not
I'll
bringing
let you
them up here.
make it as part of your comment. Yes,
Yes.
all right. So let me swear you in. You swear or affirm? Oh, you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
Give us your name, please.
Sarah Marie Street. I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, this is the youngest of my 4 grandchildren. And we are experiencing our climate crisis. I hear an echo. Should I get closer?
Off the record. No, you're okay. It's actually my phone is running simultaneously. So if you just ignore that, it's
Yeah, okay.
gonna be hard to do. Yeah, okay. I'll turn that off when we take a break, but go ahead.
So we are all experiencing the climate crisis, and people have listed the various ways that we're experiencing it. But I want to particularly talk about what it's going to be like for our children and grandchildren. All of us in the room, we want to give our children and our grandchildren a life that's, if not equivalent to our life, better than our life. But we aren't doing that. And to give you a point, when I was growing up, I never once could not go outside to play because the air quality was bad. Last summer, no, not even last summer, last year, there were like 4 or 5 days that were high alert days for air quality. And they actually said, if you went into the thing on your phone, they actually said air quality is so bad that children and people with compromising conditions should not go outside. So we are giving a world to our children and our grandchildren. This little guy, so sweet. I'm giving him a world where he can't go outside to play every day. That's just crazy. And we are all experiencing this together. it's not like if you voted for a certain person or you didn't vote for a certain person, you're not going to experience this. Your grandchild's going to have the same problems. Your child's going to experience the same thing that my child, his child, her child does. So we've got to unite and say we want to have clean energy. And clean energy is not fossil fuels. Scientists have shown this, and if you don't want to believe scientists, which I can't imagine why you wouldn't want to, they give their lives to trying to figure out what's real and actual, well, then just look around because you see it. Every day you see it. So for the sake of all our children, please don't invest in fossil fuels. We need clean energy. We need clean energy now. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so let me ask you. Okay. You're gonna go through it at 6. Yeah. I mean, we'll break then. Okay, so let me know, because. Great, so. Right, well, we got a big list of people still, so we're gonna keep going. So, Sean Vargas is next. And then Victoria Coleman. Kathleen Erdman. Great. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, go ahead. Name and title.
My name is Sean Vargas. First, I'd like to say thank you for the opportunity to speak on behalf of this project. I am a lifetime resident of Kenosha, born and raised, and I am a roughly 20-year member of the Carpenters Union. During my career, I've had a lot of opportunities to work on the infrastructure in the southeast part of the state. One thing I've come to realize is that reliable energy is essential not only to our homes and schools, but our businesses and our facilities around. Over the years, I've seen a lot of change, specifically along the I-94 corridor. Uline, Amazon, Haribo are just a few of the businesses that have decided to invest in our community. All of these investments have led to good paying union jobs during construction. They have also provided our communities with opportunities for sustainable employment after construction, which otherwise would not exist here. But with these new facilities came an increased demand for energy. Big projects such as the proposed $280 million natural gas plant in Paris are not only essential to meeting these demands, but to our unions and communities as well. It will provide around 200 jobs at peak, and it'll give union members opportunities for sustainable local jobs. When completed, the local community will also benefit from this, from the state shared revenue program. It will provide job opportunities for long-term employment within the facility, and it will be the backbone to lure future economic growth within our area. WEC has pledged to utilize union labor for this project under the National Maintenance Agreement. They understand the importance of utilizing union labor, the importance of having local union workers that take pride in what they do and know that the project will be done right. That is essential for this development. The strict local, state, and environmental health rules that always come with these projects will be met, and the unions will ensure that they are. The fact is that without this plan, I fear the economic growth in our area will come to a halt. The amount of demand we are currently putting on our energy infrastructure is constantly growing. This plant will provide the necessary power not only to sustain our current demand, but also to ensure that we can continue to meet the demand of future economic growth in our area. As we move away from coal plants, we need natural gas during high demand times. This will ensure that investment from businesses and part of the and this part of the state continues for years to come. It will also aid in reducing emissions during the transitional period away from coal plants. Plants like this one will provide reliable energy when renewable sources like wind and solar are unavailable. And the fact is, it keeps the lights on and the bills low. Having reliable, affordable, and cleaner energy is a key component of our continued growth, economic growth in Southeast Wisconsin. And that is why I support the natural gas plant in Paris. Thank you.
Thanks for your comment. Victoria? We have Kathleen Erdman, and Brian Rogers. Brian left, okay. Okay, so then Joan Schiller after that. All right, so Victoria, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, so just that.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
All right, can everyone hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you to the commission for taking our comments today. My name is Victoria Coleman, C-O-L-E-M-A-N. I am the Midwest Campaign Coordinator at the Union of Concerned Scientists. We are a national nonprofit that uses rigorous independent science and effective advocacy to create innovative, practical solutions for a healthy, safe, and sustainable future. I'm here today to advocate for that healthy, safe, and sustainable future for the residents of Wisconsin, including over 5,000 of our supporters that live here. Wisconsin communities are facing an onslaught of new fossil gas proposals that are costly in many ways. On top of the hundreds of millions of dollars needed for the construction of the new fossil gas plant being considered today, there's also a burden of up to $1.4 billion in public health and economic costs associated with the pollution emitted by the Paris facility over the lifetime of the plant, which is about 30 years. This doesn't include the heavy costs of damages due to climate change and more extreme and unpredictable weather, which we know is exacerbated by over-reliance on fossil fuels, and have cost Wisconsin upwards of $1 billion in 2024 alone. This isn't just about dollar amounts, though. The $1.4 billion public health and economic costs represent real consequences for Wisconsin communities, including more heart attacks, visits to the ER, loss of work and school days, and even premature deaths. Additionally, children and older adults are particularly susceptible to air pollution, which means already vulnerable populations in the surrounding areas will be placed at an even higher risk of negative health outcomes. Utilities should be exploring renewable energy and resources like battery storage and energy efficiency measures to avoid bringing more fossil fuels to the grid while still achieving goals of reliability and affordability. We therefore ask that the commission reject this proposal and direct the utility to consider an energy portfolio with options that minimize harmful pollutant emissions. The Union of Concerned Scientists stands with the impacted communities in Wisconsin and beyond, who would continue to be burdened by over-reliance on fossil gas. Safe and clean energy is what Wisconsinites deserve, and for a healthy and just future. The data, the numbers show that the proposed Paris-Rice project would have negative effects on the health and related economic well-being of Wisconsin residents. These effects go beyond the risky financial costs to build the plant that consumers would have to shoulder. We urge you to reject this proposal and direct the utility to consider alternative, cleaner, and safer energy options to continue powering Wisconsin. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. Kathleen and Joan and Tom Lukowski. Kathleen, are you here? Kathleen Erdman? No. Joan Schiller? Well, while you get up here, I'm just gonna grab my phone. I'll be right back. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, name and comment.
Okay.
My name is Joan Schiller, spelled Schiller, and I'd like to thank you for this opportunity and to thank everybody who waited around after this long afternoon. Like I said, I'm Dr. Joan Schiller. I represent a professional organization called Oncology Advocates United for Climate and Health. I'm a medical oncologist who once served as the head of the lung cancer program at the Paul P. Carbone Cancer Center in Madison. I've published extensively on lung cancer. I have served on numerous national and international leadership positions in professional cancer organizations, including the National Cancer Institute, American Cancer Society, and the American Society for Clinical Oncology, among others. I'm telling you all this to establish my expertise as a lung cancer professional. I know lung cancer. Now, you've heard today extensive testimony about the impacts of methane gas on climate and health and environment, and I'm not going to take up your time to reiterate those here. Again, instead, I would like to address one health problem you may not have considered, and that is lung cancer. Lung cancer is responsible for nearly a quarter of cancer deaths in the US each year, about 180,000 people. And it kills more Americans each year than does breast cancer, colon cancer, and prostate cancer combined. It is also one of the most lethal cancers. Untreated, the median survival for patients with advanced metastatic non-small cell lung cancer is only 4 to 5 months, and less than 10% of patients are likely to be alive at 1 year. Even with the newer, more effective treatments that have recently become available, the 5-year survival of patients diagnosed with metastatic cancer is under 10%. So please believe me when I say lung cancer is a cancer you do not want to get. So why do I mention these dismal statistics? Well, because this gas plant that we've been discussing today will release greenhouse gases such as methane, nitrous oxides, and carbon dioxide, among many others. Some of these combine to form ozone and contribute to air pollution. And air pollution is a class 1 carcinogen as labeled by the International Agency for Research on Cancer, the IARC. The word carcinogen means it causes cancer. And the cancer it causes is lung cancer, even in people who have not smoked. Air pollution is responsible for about 14% of all lung cancer deaths worldwide, and it is the second most common cause of lung cancer. There are multiple scientific studies which show that air pollution causes lung cancer, even in never smokers. I saw these patients every day in my practice. I recall a 35-year-old woman, a never smoker, who presented with lung cancer that had spread to her bones, brain, and other lung. She was a physician, a gastroenterologist, a mother of 2, and a long-distance runner, and she died of metastatic lung cancer 3 years after her diagnosis. I remember another patient, a 32-year-old emergency room nurse who never smoked and had 2 teenage daughters. She was divorced and desperately worried about what would happen to her high schoolers when she was gone. Both of these women were lucky, and I say that with air quotes, in the sense that they survived a few years instead of a few weeks or a few months. They survived long enough to see their children graduate high school and become independent adults. Now, while we will never know if air pollution was responsible for their particular lung cancer, we do know that the incidence of lung cancer in people who have never smoked is rising, and that's particularly in young women. We must prevent these tragic deaths from lung cancer from happening. Yes, producing clean energy to sustain us may at first be difficult, but lung cancer is also difficult and it kills people. Please think ahead long term and not just for the next immediate future or the next 10 or 20 years. We strongly urge the PSC to deny the Paris gas plant proposal and to protect our families and communities' health from the dangers of lung cancer. Thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you. All right, Tom is next, Tom Rakowski. Okay. Nick Donforio? No? Okay. Yeah, I know, I just, that didn't I didn't say that right, did I? No, I didn't, okay. Come on up.
You were close though.
Oh, that's a surprise. Okay, Reverend Jonathan Barker and Samantha Dukas, there we go, okay. Oh, she left. Yeah. And Josh Lewandowski. All right, so we'll start with Nick. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
This will be short. Look, I appreciate the inevitable advance of, we all hear about artificial intelligence and all of the processing power that's going to be required with that technology. So I understand that we need to prepare our technical infrastructure to be able to support that. I know it's important. However, I feel very strongly that we need to rise to the technical challenge of basing 100%, not 80%, not 90%, 100% of the data center infrastructure on energy sources that have zero negative impact on the environment and the health of Southeast Wisconsin population. I believe that using liquid natural gas power plants, even for the 10 to 20% duty cycle that has been projected by We Energies, is dangerous, and it simply cannot be tolerated. If We Energies wants the public to subsidize development and operations of these new Microsoft data center, the public should rest easy knowing that our funding does not contribute to the harm of the residents of our state or the environment. I therefore strongly recommend that the Public Service Commission vote against this current proposal from We Energies. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Reverend Barker? Then we have Josh, and then Marietta Huff. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, go ahead, name and comment.
So my name is Reverend Jonathan Barker. I live in Milwaukee. Oh, okay.
Already, we got you. Okay.
And I serve Grace Lutheran Church in Kenosha. And I'm hoping the PSC will deny this proposed plant for really one main reason, and that's my son and all the other children in our community. And as we've heard now, countless health professionals, doctors say a methane plant is not good for respiratory illness. It's not good for human health, especially for little ones and seniors. And I want my son, I want all the other kids that are running around here in our community to have clean air to breathe. And it's incredibly important to me. I grew up in Altadena, California, where we couldn't see the mountains much of the year because of air pollution. I missed over 30 days of school in first, second, and third grade. That was an incredible setback. I'll never forget in first grade towards the spring, my mom taking me to the pediatrician. I had bronchitis for like the 10th time that year. And she looks like just frazzled at the pediatrician. Why does this keep happening to my son? And he says, well, we just see more and more of this among the kids because of all the air pollution. So, and I remember being like 7 and thinking, what are the adults doing? And now I'm 41, I have my own kids and still have that same question. What are the adults who have control and responsibility doing? And it's not only that I want my son to have clean air to breathe, but also want him to have a livable, sustainable future. And, you know, just a little more than a month ago, my hometown burned to the ground. I've been in Wisconsin since 2012. I left Altadena, and fortunately my parents and my brother and my nephew, their homes were spared. They still can't go into their homes because of all the toxic ash that's got lead in it. And as grateful as I am, their homes were spared. So many of our family friends are without home. And not only that, but my own elementary school is smoldering ruins. The only thing left of St. Mark's Episcopal Elementary School is one arch at the front of the church that we used to have chapel in once a week. And this fire, the Eaton fire, would not have happened without the climate emergency. Wildfires don't happen in January in Southern California. And the only way that could have happened is the way the atmosphere is warmed. And methane is a strong greenhouse gas. And it contributes to this blanket of pollution that's heating up our common earth home. So I just strongly hope for my son's future, for the other kids' future, for all the children I baptized here in southeastern Wisconsin, that the PSC will deny this request. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Josh. Then Marietta. And Cassandra Steiner. Swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
Name and comment.
My name is Josh Lewandowski. Good afternoon. My name is Josh Lewandowski. I'm a resident of Union Grove, a member of Local 118 Plumbers and Steam Fitters, and a supporter of the Paris Power Plant. Switching from coal burning plants to natural gas is a crucial step in addressing climate change because natural gas produces significantly fewer greenhouse gases, emissions, particularly carbon dioxide, compared to coal. While it's not a perfect solution, natural gas is a cleaner burning fossil fuel that helps reduce air pollution and the carbon footprint of electricity generation. Given that it's near impossible to rely solely on solar and wind energy at this point, due to the current technology and storage limitations, natural gas offers a practical and lower emission bridge. This transition allows us to lower emission more quickly while we continue to develop in a scalable, renewable energy source for the future.
Thank you. Marietta? No? Sandra Steiner.
I'll be here all night, so I know Annie has to leave and some others, so if you want to come back to me, Judge, that's fine.
Sure, okay. So Abby Novinska Lois. Okay. Josh Masser, I'm sorry, John Masser. No. All right, do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, name and comment.
Yeah, my name is John Musser. It's spelled Musser. I am not here as a member of a union. I am not here as a member of an advocacy group. I'm here as a citizen. I lived the entire cycle of the Pleasant Prairie coal plant. I lived a couple miles downwind from it. And when they announced that they were going to discontinue it, I had very mixed emotions. When they did, I was kind of glad they did it. But I'm here today to ask the PSC to accept the idea of the new gas-fired plant in Paris. The main reason for that, and I do, by the way, agree with a lot of the people, the union people, the advocates for a cleaner environment. But I think that you can't just wish things. You have to be realistic about things. And I feel strongly that if we just try to go to renewable energy only, we're going to have some serious problems. And that's why I'm here. Because I think that the We Energies closing the Pleasant Prairie plant, wanting to change the Oak Creek plant from coal to natural gas are good steps towards an interim of having clean, relatively clean energy and having sustainable energy. I fear greatly that if we wish that we could just get clean energy right away, we're gonna have some serious problems. So I really hope that we can build this plant. And I hope that we will continue having research to have renewable energy for the future. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Kiva Guiden, are you still here? Oh, there you are.
Good, thank you.
All right. Martha Alber. Patrick looks like McMahon. All right, there you are.
Hey,
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Go ahead.
And I am Kiva Guyton. Good afternoon, my beautiful people. My name is Kiva Guyton, and today I stand in front of you as an energy justice organizer who is a trusted voice for all Wisconsinites. I come from a place of lived experiences, and that's why I'm here today, to let We Energies, WEC, and their partners know that we're sick and tired of the injustices that they infringe on their customers. You mean to tell me it's okay to build 2 new so-called natural gas plants to further push us back from moving towards clean, renewable, affordable energy? I think not. These gas plants are health hazards in our very own backyards that will cost us customers an estimated whooping $2 billion. If this methane gas, which is really just fossil fuel, infrastructure is approved, it will continue to cause issues and problems to the people, the planet, and most definitely our pocketbooks. I want to know who will be able to afford these rising costs. Might I add that the minimum wage is still $7.25 here in Wisconsin.
Guys in the back, guys in the back. Hello? Guys in the back, you can't have talking while people are giving their comment. So take the comments outside, take the talking outside. Thank you.
Moving forward.
Let's just check where you're at.
Minimum wage is still $7.25.
Here in Wisconsin. Might I add, guys, I am a union worker myself. So I do also know that union jobs are needed, and I do understand about health care costs and all of the extra incentives that come with being a union worker. But what I do know is that this is another blow to our Black and brown communities. Energy burden is something we continue to face. Folks are still trying to figure out how to manage between paying rent, buying food, paying for medications, and even some folks can't even feed the dog, which is unfair. Increasing rates will only break down family dynamics. The environment is most definitely changing in front of our eyes drastically. How will we meet our greenhouse gas emissions goals by 2030 if these gas plants are approved? We will not. From a health perspective, death, losing our lives, is the ultimate price we pay. Bronchitis and asthma, just to name a few, are other health issues that we see on the rise. Stop the development of new gas plants today. The Public Service Commission has the power to do so, but has failed the people yet time and time again. We were just, We Energies was just allotted another 18% increase that customers will see within the next 2 years. So every year they're coming back and it's us, that customers, that has to pay for that. So what do? Stand tall. When do we do it? Together. What should we do? Fight back for our lights. Thank you.
Thank you. Martha Albrecht. And then Patrick McMahon and Patrick Grasser.
Hello.
Let me swear again. That's okay. Do you swear or affirm tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, name and comment.
Hello, my name is Martha Alberth, Alberth. My family and I have been residents of Paris for the past 16 years. I am here to express my strong opposition to the proposed construction of the Paris power plant, which would be located alarmingly close to our home and would pose harmful health and environmental impacts, especially on its nearby residents. We moved to Paris with the hope of providing a better quality of life for our children. Two of my children have compromised immune systems, asthma, and various food and environmental allergies. We believe that when we moved to Paris and living in the countryside, growing our own organic vegetables and enjoying the tranquility of this town would significantly improve their health. I was shocked to learn about a proposed power plant in my hometown through a TV news broadcast only just a few weeks ago. It felt like a punch in the stomach, and I initially thought there must be a mistake. Just as the previous speaker reiterated, we had absolutely no idea, and we live only a short distance from the Paris Township building. I contacted my neighbors, who had also no idea about this project. Since then, I learned that this power plant could emit up to 600,000 tons of greenhouse gases annually, which include carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and sulfur hexafluoride, which could lead to respiratory, kidney, and cardiovascular diseases, to name a few. I am particularly upset that our representatives in the Paris Township did not inform its residents about this project. I made several attempts and left messages for the Paris Township chairman. On January 24th, he returned my call and I shared my concerns about the proposed power plant. I emphasized the lack of transparency in communicating this information to the town's residents. During our conversation, he assured me that a newsletter would be sent out the following week to inform Paris residents about this project, including the date and time of today's hearing and a link to the Wisconsin Public Service Commission for voicing their concerns. Unfortunately, this promise was not fulfilled, and I am deeply disappointed with our town board's handling of this matter, as many Paris residents are still unaware. In conclusion, I urge the PSC to deny the proposed power plant project and prioritize the health and well-being of its residents. Thank you for your attention to this critical matter.
Thank you. All right, so we have Patrick McMahon. Then another Patrick Grasser. And then Ben Collin. Close. So you want to mention, let's just get on the record. You want to mention, so I know we have John Holloway. Are you in the room? Yes. Okay, so who is that? Oh, he's talking. Okay. All right, well, I'll let that be. I'll say, John, are you there? John Holloway? Yeah. Well, you already. Oh, different, maybe it's a different one. Other John Holloway? Wait, I got another form. That's curious. Are you also Town of Paris chair?
He's back here.
Oh.
Back here.
Okay, great, yeah, so have a seat, have a seat.
Witness in the case.
Yeah.
That Ryan testimony.
Yes, that's just what I mentioned. So I just wanted to let you know, instead of, you're welcome to stay here and witness the hearing, but I didn't want you to wait for me to call you as a witness, because I can't call you because you're already a party. Okay, all right, great, thanks. All right, Patrick, thanks. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, go ahead.
I've said sat here most of the day. Name is Patrick McMahon. I am a Boilermaker by trade, and I don't want to talk about just the union side of being a trade. The gentleman that sat up here or came up here just recently, the older gentleman, just about took every word out of my mouth. Pleasant Prairie Power Plant produced 1.2 gigawatts of power and came offline in 2018. Where are we getting that power from to regenerate for your homes, for your businesses? Solar, wind? Is it sustainable? When a little boy or little girl blows on a pinwheel, stops blowing, is that pinwheel still turning? Is it still trying to power up a supplied battery backup? No. We don't have any sun today. Are we able to sustain, is that power grid able to sustain no sun in order for us to turn our lights on? Our power isn't magical when we flip the switch at our homes or our businesses. It comes from somewhere. I agree with a lot of the people that are in here that discuss all this stuff has to do with health problems and stuff like that. We understand that. The problem is we need something to work coexistently until the power can be produced naturally, or however I guess what these plants are being built are not going to be a continuously run power plant. These plants are the size of a cruise ship engine, 6 or 7 of them. They run off of natural gas. Our homes burn natural gas. Our businesses burn natural gas. Where are the statistics on that stuff that's out there? These two things between natural gas and renewable energies can work together until we can be independent and run on renewable energies. We just can't do it now. Like I mentioned, 1.2 gigawatts in Kenosha was eliminated from the power grid 7 years ago. You want to flip the switch and have power, we need to do something until we can reach the 90% or the 100% that everybody wants for renewable energy. But it just can't happen overnight. We can't just flip the switch and expect it to be there. These particular plants are being built over in Eau Claire, Wisconsin right now, the same exact ones. We helped build these little power generators to help for solar and wind backup in Wausau, Wisconsin, which is right on the Weston Power Plant site where those coal fires are. I guess what I'm looking at is trying to find out how we could stop arguing about everything and do something to work together to get to that renewable 100% that everybody wants. Like I said, we cannot just snap our fingers and build it. We Energies, Alliant Energy, Dairyland Power, I cover the whole state of Wisconsin with the power industry. They're doing everything they can to reach what everybody wants as far as renewable energy, but it is not going to happen. We need these support units for when that pinwheel doesn't turn or that sun's not shining. So I'm in support of this, and I hope everybody thinks about the power that's been lost and what we're trying to achieve. We don't have enough power right now to sustain it because what we're taking off the grid. I appreciate your time, and that's all I got.
All right, thanks for your comment. Second, Patrick. Patrick, it's a Grasser, Grasse, and then a dash. Which left? Okay. That's fine. Ben Collin. I'll spell that one too, Coughlin. Left. Ann Carroll. Annie Carroll. You left. Thomas Moon. Or I could be, yeah, M-O-O something. I don't know. You win. Local 139. Yes. There you go, okay. Raise your right hand, do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, state and spell your name, please.
My name is Thomas Moore, ThomasMoore. Right now I am a business agent for operating engineers, local 139, Milwaukee County. I grew up in the 53206 area. Now I reside in the 53217 area. I grew up when there was A.O. Smith, when there was Briggs and Stratton, when there was Master Lock, and all of them are just gone. I've seen how the community struggle because there's no good jobs out there. I was working for Briggs and Stratton by West Dallas, the 84th Street plant, and they sold out and then they left to Mexico. I didn't know what I was going to do. I know I wasn't going to college. I thought I was going to be a barber. Maybe I could make some money that way. Somebody told me about construction. I've been in this construction since 1999. And right now, that one job that I got right now, provide for my family, healthcare provide for my family, and there's only one income. There's not a lot of jobs out here you can survive on one income. Construction is the next blue collar job. And a lot of people don't know about all the trades that's out there. Some people just think about plumbing. Some people just think about carpentry. They're engineers, there's laborers, boiler makers, glass fitters. A lot of people don't understand just looking at this building of how much a job means for a person like me that grew up as a minority that grew up in Milwaukee. We take a lot of stuff for granted. And I say this to my son all the time. He flipped the switch, he got his iPad on, and he got his computer. All on at the same time, for no reason. Back in the day, we didn't have that. We barely didn't even have one computer in the household. But now as technology going, I guarantee almost every household got a TV in every room, a computer in every room, an iPad in every room. But we don't think about that. We want to complain about the stuff that we can't fix. This is we can fix, but we ain't like the two gentlemen said, we're not there yet. I go to schools all the time. But to give you a heartbreaking story, I do all the career fairs in Milwaukee County and some in Racine. I had the principal from Mesmer High School beg me to find this guy a job. His mother made him drop out of high school because she was tired of taking care of him. And I promised her, I said, just let him graduate. 3 months. He had 3 months to graduate. And she told him no, or she's gonna kick him off the house. So these type of stuff that I see, I experience going to all these schools in Milwaukee County. And I try to tell them, all you need is a high school diploma and a driver's license. I can help you find somewhere to go. I done found maybe last year and a half, 12 gentlemen and one female, a job in the trades. And these infrastructure that's going on is one time in a generation. You got Microsoft, you got Uline. I think y'all got in Kenosha, there's supposed to be a pharmaceutical building, a $3 billion thing there. These are one in a lifetime generation jobs that we need young people. With that being said, I just hope everybody have an open mind. For me, I never knew I was going to be able to provide for my family like the way I do. And these infrastructure jobs does help a lot of people that look like me. Construction don't discriminate. There's a lot of guys that I know that got felonies that's working a lot of jobs. And Paris, Microsoft, 94 East West, a lot of these jobs going to give a lot of people good paying jobs. So let's work together. Like I said, we want to get to sustainable energy. We're not there. we probably gotta cover the whole state of Wisconsin, just the part of the state of Wisconsin with solar. We need all that land. You can't get the land in the city of Milwaukee. There's not enough land to put solar power. So I think we just gotta just think about what we trying to do and be respectful and try to work with Re-Energies and everybody else so we can come to a good conclusion of what we need to do to make Wisconsin still strive and be better. Thank you.
Thank you. Martin, Cowie? McConte, okay. Should know that. And then, Sandra Steiner, Abby, Novinska-Lois. And that's it. So if anyone call a name, someone wants to comment, get your slip to me. Otherwise, we're finishing up here. All right.
Hey, can you?
If you can, that'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, name and comment.
Hi, my name is Martin LeConte. I'm a teacher with Racine Unified School District.
You guys can't talk. Excuse me.
Yeah, take the conversations outside. We're almost done. But we can't have people talking when someone's giving a comment. Okay. Go ahead.
I particularly appreciate the last speaker. And at the same time, I'm here to ask the commission to reject this power plant proposal. I think a lot of valid points have been made for people asking both to asking the commission to reject this and also to push and accept push this proposal forward. We need short-term jobs. There's no doubt about that. People need a way to feed their families. And at the same time, the schools I work in Racine Unified are primarily with students of color, and they have no time for this nonsense. They have zero time for this nonsense that it's not time yet to get on 100% renewables. They're looking at their watches and I'm looking at my watch and thinking, we've known this since the 70s or sooner that this is going on. When? When's it going to happen? And I've been researching climate science for 6 years. I'll tell you the truth, it gets really weary. It gets really bleak. I was at Gilmore Fine Arts working in 2023 when I looked at the Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change report. They said last warning. And I looked at those references. Scientists from Harvard, Stanford, UCLA, Loyola, University of Madison, University of Milwaukee, Sydney, Australia, South Africa, South America. When? We have the technological solutions. We don't have the willpower. That's the problem. This is going to be a messy, messy situation to get out of. There's no doubt. It's going to be painful. I lived at 1468 Corson Street, Pasadena, California for 3 years. That is walking distance from Altadena, California. Go to Altadena, see how many good paying jobs they have right now. We have a responsibility, we have an opportunity. And the biggest opportunity is to radically acknowledge the science, the reality of what is happening to our planet, of the consequences that methane power plants, coal and gas power plants have on us as people, have on our environment. We have an opportunity to radically acknowledge our relationship to the environment, that we are the environment. Every single one of us in here is the environment. We all ate a meal today, I'm guessing. That came from the environment. This IPCC report said last warning because scientists are sick of telling us make a change or accept the consequences. So the reality is that we can make a change now or Mother Nature will make the changes for us. There is no alternative. I've been a student of dialectical behavior therapy. I'll keep this short. One of the primary forces in DBT is called, it's balancing acceptance and change. So radical acceptance is a skill in DBT that's taught when you cannot keep painful events from occurring. If you can change painful events and suffering, change it. When you cannot, let's say you lose a loved one. Let's say you're facing a climate crisis. One of the skills I've learned in my own life, this radical acceptance or radical acknowledgement, a way you can get to change is to allow yourself to experience grief, sadness, disappointment. This is disappointing that we have to shift and change our whole culture in so many ways. This is deeply disappointing. There's a lot of grief. There's a lot of sadness. This is inconvenient, to say the least. And if we don't, Mother Nature will continue to stop us from using fossil fuels, which methane is. Natural gas is a euphemism. It sounds very nice and very environmentally friendly. I don't want a bunch of methane. I have a gas stove. You know, I crack the window when I use the gas stove. I am not letting a bunch of methane. We know that methane is harmful, is my point. We have an obligation to all of our children and our grandchildren and ourselves. That's my comment. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. So did someone just join us on Zoom with the name iPhone? I just wondered if you wanted to make a comment. Just let me know. I'll break you down for no comment.
Not at this time, thank you.
Thanks. Slowly marking that down. Okay. All right. So we do have 2 more comments left. You guys want to talk now? I'll call you. Yeah. All right. So this is Sandra Steiner first. Sandra Steiner. She was at it. Took her out. Swear or affirm, tell the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right. Name and comment.
My name is Cassie Steiner, Steiner. I am a We Energies gas customer. I grew up in Burlington, Wisconsin, just down the road. And after that, lived in Madison for a while, right next to the Blount Street gas plant. After living next to that gas plant for 5 years, I have been diagnosed with MS, with asthma, and with sleep apnea. Now, I am, like I mentioned, also a We Energies customer. And my job is with the Sierra Club, working on environmental policy, but I'm here speaking on behalf of myself today. I'm represented by the Progressive Workers Union, and our union changed my life. The question has never been jobs or the environment. That isn't the question here, and it's not what we should be talking about. The question has always been and will continue to be, who pays and who gets paid? And many of us sitting in these chairs will not get paid from a project like this compared to what We Energy shareholders will make. Finally, We Energies has agreed that clean energy projects will be union constructed. This is really exciting. This is especially exciting for long-term longevity of positions. So right now, new gas plants that are being built become uneconomic. Around 90% of gas plants built become uneconomic within 3 years. If there's concern about having a job that is sustainable, we need to be thinking about things that the utility will want to keep around longer than a handful of years that it's just making money off of from building. Customers are paying. We pay increased bills, and so many people are facing severe energy burdens, making really difficult choices. We still don't have our percentage of income payment program that was promised 3 years ago. The demand for this power is coming from Microsoft. As you heard from Gloria's comment earlier today, they've been saying that they'll cover it, they'll pay for it, they're supporters of clean energy. Yet it's likely to be residential customers that wind up on the hook paying for these new gas plants and paying for them doubly with pollution and health impacts. We have the answer. In 2020, in 2020, a megawatt of gas provided 0.1 jobs. In 2020, utility scale solar installation was 2.1 jobs per megawatt. It's a big difference in number of jobs in these sectors. When we're thinking about generation diversity and reliability, we need to actually be thinking about diversifying where our power is coming from. We Energies is lagging behind clean energy with around 6 to 7% clean energy. This is far from our discussion around how to get to 100%. And we are lagging behind. This isn't a wish, this isn't a dream. This exists in our state and in our neighboring states. Minnesota is 33% clean energy. Michigan is 11% clean energy. And other utilities in the state have more clean energy than We Energies. There's also enough room for clean energy. Less than 2% of state agricultural land could be replaced with power, with the power needed to power Wisconsin with solar, or less than 1/3 of the fields currently used for ethanol. So we already are producing dirty power on these fields that could be replaced. This isn't a wish, it exists. There was a quote reflecting on We Energies agreement for union utility scale solar. The construction of utility scale solar projects will benefit ratepayers by providing clean and reliable energy sources while bolstering our state's workforce and economy. That was the president of Wisconsin District Council for the Laborers Union. Emily, who spoke this morning, I think was the first testifier who works with the Building Trades Council, said in that same article, this isn't about flipping the switch on renewables, it's about flipping the script on how we power Wisconsin. These projects can ensure that the economic impact of these projects stay in our local communities. We can have homegrown clean energy. Our neighbors are doing it, other parts of the state are doing it. Why isn't We Energies? And it's because they're the ones getting paid while all of us are the ones who pay. So we come back to that. Whose jobs are at risk? Who is low and limited income? Who has poor housing stock so their energy bill is high? Whose kids want to play outside? Who breathes air? Probably all of us, I would say. We all pay. Meanwhile, We Energies executives are paid. These decisions benefit them disproportionately. It's always those at the top taking from the working class. Their shareholders are paid. Microsoft executives will be paid. The Dirty Truth report from Sierra Club talks about how We Energies is failing. The Public Service Commission has an opportunity to not fail us. The PSC considers cost, impact to community, environmental impact, and across the board, gas loses out. The Public Service Commission should deny this plan and actually look at clean energy solutions, including energy efficiency and battery storage. We shouldn't be the ones to pay for this anymore. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Okay, well, thank you. Abby, you're next. I think that's our last comment for the afternoon session. We will be back at 6 for the evening session. Take new comments from new people. Right. Raise your right hand, you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Name and comment.
All right. Hi, I'm Abby Novinska-Lois, the Executive Director of Healthy Climate Wisconsin. I'd like you to close your eyes and briefly reflect on someone in your life who is living with an illness or who has passed away. How did you feel when they first told you? What mattered most to you in that moment? For me, my health was not something I thought about every day until it was stripped away from me in 2019. I was diagnosed with a chronic autoimmune connective tissue disorder. Suddenly, at the age of 23, illness became all-consuming. My skin erupted in rashes. Bouts of extreme dizziness and painful joints made it difficult to even walk to the grocery store. I lost my ability to do the hobbies that I loved and even visit my friends. I became depressed as those things were taken away from me. I watched medical bills pile up one after another, and I felt hopeless as I was forced to take unpaid medical leave because I could no longer read the words on the screen of my computer. After about a year, a care team from UW Medical was able to find treatments that helped me, but my life will never be the same. I will struggle every day with headaches, nausea, and skin lesions, and my medications weaken my immune system, making me more susceptible to other illnesses. But once I started feeling better, I started to think about how that experience had changed me. I wanted to prevent others from suffering like that. And when I began digging in, I found that health studies have been linking autoimmune diseases like mine, lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis, and type 1 diabetes to air pollution. Then I learned that those feelings of powerlessness that I felt are also felt by healthcare workers to a different degree every day. When a child is rushed into the emergency room, gulping for air from an asthma attack, our urgent care doctors tell me they feel powerless. They might be able to alleviate the symptoms with steroids and other treatments, but they can't treat the cause. So as soon as their patient leaves the exam room, the polluted air that they live in will once again trigger an asthma attack and send them right back, or worse. That's why over 1,000 health professionals started Healthy Climate Wisconsin, and that's why I'm here today. And several of those health professionals had to leave early to go treat patients again. Simply put, we are here because the decision makers that can help us treat the cause are in this room. Well, not exactly, but they're listening, hopefully. The Paris gas plant will make Wisconsinites sick, and you have the power to protect the public and save lives. Air pollution from this plant can cause neurodevelopment disorders, cognitive impairments in children, as well as heart disease, miscarriage, low birth weight, respiratory issues, and other adverse health effects. Low estimates show that the pollution emitted from just the lifetime of the Paris facility will cause approximately 80 premature deaths, 165 cases of asthma, 27 heart attacks, and 54 emergency room visits, resulting in 26.4 to 47.4 million in health and economic impacts every single year. I knocked several doors in Union Grove over the last few weeks. Several of those people were unable to even answer the door and had me talk through the window because they were on oxygen tanks. Those are the people who will be breathing the air from this plant, and they are extremely vulnerable. Those health numbers I mentioned before also do not include the health harms from ozone, VOCs like benzene, a known carcinogen, and greenhouse gases. But truly, we can't and shouldn't quantify the well-being of our loved ones with dollar figures. Remember when I asked you to close your eyes? If you could go back in time to before your loved one or friend became ill, what would you have done to prevent it? I ask the PSC staff to think deeply on that as they consider this decision before them. Gas is not a bridge fuel. It's a bridge to climate chaos. A growing body of research shows that when methane is fully factored in, gas has equal or higher greenhouse gas emissions than coal. And speaking of coal, We Energies customers are currently paying high bills for coal plants that are becoming stranded assets. Meanwhile, We Energies is taking home a profit. The volatile price of gas makes this project similarly risky, but We Energies only sees profits. They're not worried about those gas plants becoming stranded because it's customers that will pay the price. It's the Commission's responsibility to thoughtfully evaluate this project and protect us. The choice between coal or gas is a false one because we have better options. Energy efficiency will cheaply reduce our demand, but it doesn't look good for shareholders because it reduces the amount of energy that we use. So we don't see energy efficiency prioritized in what We Energies gives us. We know locally produced renewable energy is possible, that batteries can help when we have other issues, and they will provide safe and reliable electricity, and they're doing so in other states right now. But we're not seeing those proposed at the levels we need from We Energies. And the transition would create over 100,000 high-paying jobs and save almost 2,000 Wisconsin lives every year, according to UW-Madison researchers. Please honor your mandate to protect public health and welfare, the environment, and provide affordable electricity to Wisconsinites. That means rejecting this permit for the Paris gas plant. Thank you for the opportunity to provide input and for your service.
Thank you very much. One more.
If you want to do dinner, you should since 2 o'clock, I'm perfectly fine waiting until 6.
That's all I got to hear. Sounds good to me. All right, so we'll keep Christian, is it Isaac? Okay. Oh, yeah, I see that. Isaacson. Okay, you'll be first on at 6 p.m. All right, perfect. Appreciate that. So anybody else? No, and everyone on Zoom has had a chance to speak, or at least they did not chime in when they were asked. So at this point, we'll adjourn until 6 p.m. Start up again. Excellent. Take care.
Except for I can't write you, but everybody else. Except for you. I'm not except for you.